Welcome, dear listener, to a journey through the ancient streets and gleaming towers of Lumiose City. Tonight we venture into the deepest mysteries of Pokémon Legends Z-A, where the past and future collide in ways that will reshape everything we thought we knew about the Kalos region. Close your eyes and imagine the gentle rebuilding a city that has seen both triumph and devastation. Picture the soft glow of streetlights reflecting off wet cobblestones, as workers and Pokémon labour side by side, creating something entirely new from the bones of something very old. This is Lumiose City in its moment of rebirth, a place where every brick laid carries the weight of 3,000 years of history. In the quiet hours of this reconstruction, secrets emerge from beneath the city's foundations. Ancient stones pulse with forgotten energy. Old documents surface in dusty archives, their pages yellowed with age but their revelations burning bright. The very air seems to shimmer with possibility as researchers make discoveries that challenge everything the scientific community believed about mega evolution, about the bond between humans and Pokémon, and about the delicate balance that holds their world together. This is not simply a story about urban planning or technological advancement. This is a tale of redemption that spans millennia, of a king who has wandered the earth for 3,000 years seeking forgiveness for a war that nearly destroyed everything he held dear. It is the story of AZ, whose shadow falls across every decision made in the new Lumiose City, whose ancient mistakes continue to echo through the choices faced by modern architects and city planners. As we settle into this exploration together, let the rhythm of distant construction work lull you into a state of peaceful attention. Tonight, we will uncover how the rebuilding of a single city becomes a meditation on the relationship between progress and preservation, between the natural world and human ambition, between the mistakes of the past and the hopes of the future. But before we dive in, I want to quickly thank our small community of viewers like you for subscribing and liking these videos. We've reached nearly 100 subscribers, and our goal is to hit 1,000 so we can reduce the amount of ads that YouTube shows. Until then, YouTube can place as many ads as they want on our videos, so please ensure you are subscribed so we can fight back against YouTube, which runs way too many advertisements. Thank you again, and let's continue into tonight's topic. The story begins not with the first shovel of earth turned in the reconstruction project, but with the moment 3,000 years ago when AZ made a choice that would forever alter the trajectory of human and Pokémon civilization. His decision to build the ultimate weapon, powered by the life force of countless Pokémon, created ripples that still spread outward through time, touching every aspect of what Lumiose City is becoming. In the archives of the newly established Urban Planning Commission, researchers work by lamplight, carefully cataloguing artifacts unearthed during the city's reconstruction. Each discovery tells part of a larger story about how ancient Kalos developed its understanding of mega evolution, how the mysterious energy that powers these transformations was first harnessed, and how that knowledge was lost in the chaos of war, only to be slowly, painstakingly rediscovered. The stones themselves seem to remember. Deep beneath the city's foundation, in chambers that predate any known construction, megastones rest in carefully arranged patterns that suggest they were once part of a vast network of energy distribution. These ancient installations hint at a civilization that understood the connection between human emotion, Pokémon potential, and the mysterious force that enables mega evolution in ways that modern science is only beginning to grasp. But this is also a story about balance, about the eternal tension between order and chaos that plays out in every decision, about how to rebuild and reshape Lumiose City. In the depths of the earth, Zagada stirs, its consciousness distributed across countless cells that monitor the health of the ecosystem. As construction crews dig deeper and planners push the boundaries of what urban development can achieve, this ancient guardian watches and evaluates, ready to intervene if the delicate equilibrium between progress and preservation tips too far in either direction. The workers rebuilding Lumiose City often speak of strange dreams that come to them during their rest periods. Dreams of vast underground caverns filled with glowing crystals, of ancient battles fought in the skies above the city, of a towering figure whose very presence seems to bend reality around him. These are not random fantasies born of exhaustion, but glimpses of the deep history that permeates every stone and every street of the city they are creating. In the planning offices, debates rage long into the night about how much of the old city to preserve and how much to reimagine. Some argue for a complete transformation, a leap into a future where technology and nature exist in perfect harmony. Others insist that the scars of the past must remain visible, that the city's architecture should serve as a reminder of the price of unchecked ambition. These are not merely aesthetic choices, but philosophical statements about the kind of society that should emerge from the reconstruction. The megastones discovered during excavation work display properties that confound even the most experienced researchers. Some seem to resonate with emotional states, growing brighter when held by trainers experiencing strong bonds with their Pokémon. Others appear to be connected across vast distances, responding to changes in stones located on the opposite side of the city. A few exhibit patterns of energy fluctuation that suggest they are somehow aware that they possess a form of consciousness that extends beyond simple mineral structure. As night falls over the construction sites, a different kind of work begins. Pokémon emerge from hidden spaces within the city's infrastructure, drawn by instincts they do not fully understand to participate in the rebuilding process. They move stones into positions that seem random but create subtle improvements in energy flow. They clear debris from areas that human workers have not yet scheduled for cleanup. They seem to understand something about the city's ultimate destiny that even the most visionary planners have not yet grasped. The story of Pokémon Legends Z-A unfolds in these quiet moments between the official work shifts, in the conversations that happen over late-night meals in temporary cafeterias, in the discoveries made by maintenance crews checking on equipment in the early morning hours. It is a story told through accumulated details rather than dramatic revelations, through the gradual emergence of understanding rather than sudden moments of clarity. AZ walks these streets sometimes, though few recognize the tall figure who moves through the construction zones with the careful gait of someone who has learned to be gentle with a world that seems fragile compared to his ancient strength. He observes the progress with eyes that have seen cities rise and fall, that have witnessed the birth and death of entire civilizations. His presence is both a blessing and a burden for the reconstruction project, a reminder of the potential for both creation and destruction that lies within every human heart. The energy that flows through the rebuilt sections of Lumiose City carries echoes of that ancient weapon, but transformed, purified through 3 millennia of AZ's wandering and repentance. Where once there was only the power to destroy, now there is the potential for a different kind of transformation, one that enhances rather than consumes, that strengthens bonds rather than severing them. In the deepest foundations of the city, where the oldest stones meet the newest construction, something unprecedented is taking shape. The boundary between ancient and modern begins to blur as mega-evolution energy interacts with contemporary building materials in ways that create new possibilities for how humans and Pokémon might live together. These are the first signs of what Lumiose City might become. Not just a place where different species coexist, but where they truly collaborate in ways that transcend the traditional roles of trainer and Pokémon. Tonight, as we begin this journey together, let the gentle sounds of distant construction work create a rhythm for our exploration. We will move slowly through the layers of history and meaning that surround the rebuilding of Lumiose City, uncovering the connections between past and present, between individual choices and collective destiny, between the dreams of visionary planners and the ancient wisdom embedded in the very stones they build upon. This is a story that asks us to consider what it truly means to build something new while honouring what came before, to embrace progress while remaining mindful of its costs, to reach for a future where the mistakes of the past need not be repeated. As we explore these themes together, let the rhythm of our investigation match the steady, patient work of reconstruction itself, careful, deliberate, and always mindful of the weight of history that rests upon every decision. Chapter 1: The Foundation Stones. Exploring the archaeological discoveries beneath Lumiose City that reveal the ancient origins of mega-evolution research, the pre-war civilization that first harnessed this power, and how these findings reshape our understanding of Kalos history. The chapter establishes the physical and metaphysical groundwork for everything that follows. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the weight of centuries pressing down, the echoes of forgotten lives resonating beneath your feet. What secrets lie buried beneath the glittering surface of Lumiose City? What truths have been deliberately concealed, waiting for the right moment to be unearthed? The answer, my friends, is a story far grander and more intricate than we ever dared to imagine. For years, the reconstruction of Lumiose City has been seen as a symbol of Kalos's resilience, a testament to its ability to rebuild and recover after the devastation wrought by Team Flare. But what if I told you that the reconstruction itself was merely a facade, a cover for something far more profound, something that could rewrite the very history of the Pokémon world. The archaeological discoveries beneath Lumiose are not simply the remnants of a forgotten civilization. They are the keys to understanding the true origins of Mega Evolution, a power that has baffled researchers and trainers alike for generations. They speak of a pre-war civilization, a society that not only understood Mega Evolution but harnessed it, integrated it into the very fabric of their existence. Imagine a world where the bond between humans and Pokémon was not just a partnership, but a source of unimaginable power. A world where cities were built not just with stone and steel, but with the very essence of life energy, amplified and channeled through the power of Mega Evolution. This was the world of ancient Kalos. But how could such an advanced civilization simply vanish? What cataclysmic event could erase their existence from the history books, leaving behind only whispers and fragments of their once great legacy? The answer, as you might suspect, lies in the ruins themselves. The first significant discovery was made during the initial excavation phases, deep beneath what would become the new Prism Tower. A chamber, sealed for millennia, was unearthed, revealing walls covered in intricate carvings. These were not the simple artistic expressions of a bygone era. They were complex diagrams, schematics detailing the mechanics of Mega Evolution with a level of sophistication that modern science is only now beginning to grasp. But that wasn't all. Within the chamber, archaeologists found a series of crystalline structures resonating with a faint, almost imperceptible energy. These crystals, unlike anything found before, appeared to be capable of storing and amplifying the emotional bond between trainers and their Pokémon, acting as conduits for the very life force that fuels Mega Evolution. These are the foundation stones, the literal and metaphorical building blocks upon which the secrets of ancient Kalos are built. Further excavations revealed a network of interconnected chambers, each dedicated to a different aspect of Mega Evolution research. One chamber appeared to be a laboratory, filled with strange devices and alchemical apparatuses, hinting at experiments that pushed the boundaries of what was considered possible. Another chamber was a sanctuary, a place of meditation and reflection, where trainers and Pokémon could deepen their bond and unlock the true potential of Mega Evolution. But perhaps the most significant discovery was the library. Hidden deep within the complex, the library contained countless scrolls and tablets detailing the history, philosophy, and science of Mega Evolution. These texts, written in a language that predates modern Colossian, revealed the true scope of this ancient civilization's understanding of the phenomenon. They understood that Mega Evolution was not just a power, but a responsibility. They believed that it should be used to create a better world, a world where humans and Pokémon lived in harmony, where technology and nature were in balance. But somewhere along the line, things went horribly wrong. The texts speak of a growing conflict, a division within the civilization over the use of Mega Evolution. Some believed that it should be used to defend their society, to conquer their enemies, while others argued that it should be used for peaceful purposes, to heal the land and uplift the people. This division ultimately led to a devastating war, a conflict that shattered the civilization and plunged Kalos into darkness. The war, we now understand, wasn't simply a clash of armies. It was a battle for the very soul of Mega Evolution, a struggle to define its purpose and its place in the world. The archaeological evidence paints a grim picture of this conflict. Cities were reduced to rubble, forests were scorched, and the very land was poisoned by the unchecked power of Mega Evolution. The civilization, once so advanced and enlightened, was consumed by its own hubris, its own ambition. But the story doesn't end there. The survivors of the war, scarred and disillusioned, vowed to never again repeat the mistakes of their ancestors. They hid away the knowledge of Mega Evolution, burying it deep beneath the earth, hoping that it would never be rediscovered. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. The reconstruction of Lumiose City, driven by the need to rebuild and move forward, inadvertently unearthed these ancient secrets. And now, it falls to us to understand them, to learn from the mistakes of the past, and to ensure that the power of Mega Evolution is used for good, not for destruction. The implications of these discoveries are staggering. They challenge our understanding of Kalos history, forcing us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about the region's past. They reveal the true potential of mega-evolution, showcasing its ability to create a world of unprecedented harmony and prosperity. But they also serve as a stark warning, a reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of using technology responsibly. The question now is, what do we do with this knowledge? How do we reconcile the wisdom of the past with the challenges of the present? How do we ensure that the mistakes of ancient Kalos are never repeated? These are the questions that will guide our journey as we delve deeper into the mysteries of Lumiose City. These discoveries also cast a new light on the figure of AZ, the ancient king who activated the ultimate weapon. His presence in Lumiose, his quiet observation of the reconstruction efforts, takes on a new significance when viewed through the lens of this ancient history. Was he drawn to the city by the echoes of his past, by the remnants of the civilization he inadvertently destroyed? Does he hold the key to unlocking the full potential of mega-evolution, or is he a living testament to its destructive power? We will need to unravel the mystery of AZ's long life, the burden he carries, and the role he will play in the future of Kalos. These foundation stones, these archaeological remnants, are not just artifacts, they are pieces of a puzzle, fragments of a forgotten history that, when pieced together, reveal a truth far more complex and compelling than we ever imagined. And you, my friend, are now part of this journey. You are now tasked with exploring this new understanding of Kalos's history. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next we uncover the weight of 3,000 years and examine AZ's journey from the moment he activated the ultimate weapon to his arrival at the Lumiose Reconstruction Project. Chapter 2: The Weight of 3,000 Years. A deep dive into AZ's journey from the moment he activated the ultimate weapon to his arrival at the Lumiose Reconstruction Project. This chapter explores his immortality, his wandering, and how his presence influences every aspect of the city's rebuilding through his accumulated wisdom and regret. The Lumiose Reconstruction Project, a beacon of hope rising from the ashes of a forgotten war. But what if the very foundation of this hope rests on the shoulders of a man burdened by an immeasurable past, a man who has walked the earth for 3,000 years? We speak, of course, of AZ. His story is not merely a footnote in the history of Kalos. The history of Kalos. And his presence, though often unseen, subtly guides the very trajectory of the city's rebirth. But to understand his influence, we must first understand the weight he carries. Imagine, if you will, the moment, the culmination of grief, rage, and a desperate love. The activation of the ultimate weapon. A weapon designed to end a war, but that instead etched an indelible mark on the world and on AZ himself. What was he thinking? What was he feeling as the life force of countless Pokémon was harnessed, channeled, and unleashed? The roar of the machine, the blinding light, the earth-shattering tremor, these were not just sensory experiences, they were the birth pangs of his eternal existence. He sought to resurrect his beloved Floette, lost to the ravages of war, and he succeeded in a way that defied all natural laws. But the price was his humanity. He became something other. Immortality is often portrayed as a gift, a coveted prize. But for AZ, it is a sentence, a perpetual reminder of his sin, a constant echo of the screams that faded with the weapon's discharge. Think about it. 3,000 years. Empires have risen and fallen, civilizations have flourished and crumbled. The very landscape of the world has been reshaped by time and tide. And through it all, AZ has remained. He has witnessed the best and worst of humanity, the soaring heights of innovation and the crushing depths of despair. He has seen love blossom and watched it wither. He has seen hope ignite and felt it extinguished. What lessons has he learned? What wisdom has he gleaned from millennia of observation? And how has this accumulated knowledge shaped his actions, his choices, in the modern era? This is the puzzle we must piece together. Consider his wanderings. Where did he go? What did he do during those long centuries of solitude? Did he attempt to atone for his actions? Or did he simply drift, a ghost in his own life, haunted by the past. There are hints, fragments of stories whispered in hushed tones, tales of a giant man appearing in times of great need, offering cryptic advice, then vanishing without a trace. Legends of a wanderer, a sage, a prophet, always on the periphery of history, never fully engaging, always observing. Perhaps he traveled the world, seeking a way to undo what he had done. Perhaps he delved into ancient lore, searching for a cure for his immortality, a way to finally find peace. Or perhaps he simply sought oblivion, a way to escape the endless torment of his memories. We can only speculate. The truth remains shrouded in the mists of time. But one thing is certain, his journey was not without purpose. Every step, every encounter, every moment of reflection has molded him into the man he is today. And that man, that ancient soul, now finds himself in Lumiose City. Why? Why here? Why now? The answer, we believe, lies in the city itself. Lumiose is not just a collection of buildings and streets. It is a symbol of hope, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It is a place where the past is being confronted, where wounds are being healed, where a new future is being forged. And AZ, perhaps, sees in the city a reflection of his own journey, a chance to finally find redemption, to contribute to something meaningful, to use his wisdom and experience to guide humanity towards a better tomorrow. But how does he do it? How does a man burdened by such a past influence the reconstruction project without revealing his true identity? The answer is subtle, nuanced, almost imperceptible. He works through others. He inspires, he guides, he nudges the project in certain directions, always remaining in the shadows. Consider the architects, the engineers, the planners. They are driven by a vision of a city that is both modern and sustainable, a city that respects its history while embracing the future. But where did this vision come from? We believe that AZ played a crucial role in shaping this vision. Perhaps he offered a suggestion here, a piece of advice there, a subtle reminder of the lessons of the past. Perhaps he simply planted the seeds of an idea, allowing them to grow and flourish in the minds of others. Think about the emphasis on harmony between humans and Pokémon. This is not just a design principle, it is a core value that permeates every aspect of the reconstruction project. And who better to understand the importance of this harmony than a man who witnessed the devastating consequences of its destruction? AZ's presence, even if unrecognized, serves as a constant reminder of the need for balance, for respect, for understanding. He is the silent guardian of the city's soul, ensuring that the mistakes of the past are not repeated. But his influence extends beyond the realm of urban planning and design. It also touches the lives of the people who are working to rebuild Lumiose City. The construction workers, the artists, the scientists, the ordinary citizens, they are all, in their own way, contributing to the city's rebirth. And they are all, in their own way, being touched by AZ's presence. Perhaps they experience a sudden surge of inspiration, a moment of clarity, a feeling of connection to something larger than themselves. Perhaps they have a dream, a vision, a sense of purpose that they cannot quite explain. These are not random occurrences. They are, we believe, subtle manifestations of AZ's influence, his way of guiding and inspiring those who are working to create a better future. But what of his regret? Does he ever find solace? Does he ever forgive himself for the sins of his past? This is perhaps the most poignant question of all. 3,000 years is a long time to carry such a burden. The guilt, the shame, the sorrow, it must be an unbearable weight. And yet, AZ continues to walk, to observe, to guide. He does not succumb to despair, he does not give up hope. Perhaps he believes that by contributing to the rebuilding of Lumiose City, he can somehow atone for his past. Perhaps he sees in this project a chance to create a world where such tragedies can never happen again. Or perhaps he simply seeks to find meaning in his endless existence, to use his wisdom and experience to make a positive impact on the world, however small. Whatever his motivations, one thing is clear: AZ is not merely a passive observer of the Lumiose reconstruction project. He is an active participant, a silent architect, a hidden hand guiding the city towards a brighter future. And as we delve deeper into the mysteries of Lumiose City, we will continue to uncover the subtle but profound ways in which his presence shapes every aspect of its rebirth. But the influence of AZ is not the only force shaping the future of Lumiose City. The echoes of the ancient war still reverberate through the region, shaping its politics, its culture, and its very landscape. And understanding the true scope of this conflict is essential to understanding the challenges that Lumiose City faces today. So, what you are about to hear will change everything. Next, we uncover newly discovered records and artifacts that provide a more complete picture of the ancient Kalos War, its true scope, the civilizations it destroyed, and how its consequences continue to shape the political and social landscape of modern Kalos. Chapter 3: Echoes of the Eternal War. Uncovering newly discovered records and artifacts that provide a more complete picture of the ancient Kalos War, its true scope, the civilizations it destroyed, and how its consequences continue to shape the political and social landscape of modern Kalos. The chapter reframes the conflict through fresh archaeological evidence. Close your eyes for a moment and picture the fields of Kalos, not as they are now, but as they were 3,000 years ago. Imagine them scarred, burning, echoing with the cries of Pokémon and the clash of steel. This was the reality of the ancient Kalos War, a conflict whose true scope has been shrouded in mystery until now. The Lumiose Reconstruction Project, in its relentless excavation, has unearthed more than just foundations and energy conduits. It has brought to light tangible pieces of this forgotten war, artifacts that whisper tales of devastation and resilience. What you're about to hear will challenge everything you thought you knew about the history of Kalos and the forces that shaped its destiny. For centuries, the story of the Kalos War has been largely defined by the legend of AZ, the king who built the ultimate weapon. But what if that was only a fraction of the truth? What if the war was far more complex, involving multiple factions, long-lost civilizations, and technologies beyond our current comprehension? Recent discoveries suggest that the war wasn't a single, isolated event, but rather a series of escalating conflicts that spanned generations. Evidence points to the existence of several independent city-states, each vying for control of Kalos's limited resources and strategic locations. These weren't just minor skirmishes. They were full-scale wars that decimated entire populations and left the land scarred for centuries. One of the most significant finds is a series of intricately carved stone tablets unearthed near the site of the old Parfum Palace. These tablets, written in a dialect of ancient Colossian, depict scenes of battle, political intrigue, and religious rituals. But what makes them truly remarkable is their depiction of Pokémon not just as companions, but as active participants in warfare, wielding powers we can only dream of today. Imagine a Garchomp not just as a powerful ally, but as a living weapon, capable of leveling entire fortifications with a single attack. Picture a Gardevoir using its psychic abilities to manipulate enemy formations and sow chaos in their ranks. These weren't just battles. They were displays of raw, untamed power, fueled by the bonds between humans and Pokémon. The tablets also reveal the existence of a previously unknown civilization, located in the mountains north of Lumiose City. This civilization, known as the Solarian Dynasty, appears to have been highly advanced, possessing technologies that rival our own. They were masters of energy manipulation, capable of harnessing the power of mega-evolution on a scale never seen before. But the Solarian dynasty was also deeply divided, torn apart by internal conflicts and ideological differences. Some believed in using their technology for the benefit of all, while others sought to weaponize it for their own gain. This internal strife ultimately led to their downfall, as their own creations turned against them, unleashing a wave of destruction that engulfed their entire civilization. The evidence of this destruction is scattered throughout the Kalos region, in the form of ruined cities, shattered monuments, and strange energy signatures that still linger in the air. These are not just remnants of the bygone era, they are warnings, reminders of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the devastating consequences of war. But the Kalos War wasn't just about destruction, it was also about resilience, about the ability of life to endure even in the face of unimaginable adversity. The survivors of the war, scattered and broken, slowly began to rebuild their lives, piecing together the fragments of their shattered civilization. They learned from their mistakes, realizing that true power lies not in conquest, but in cooperation, in the ability to work together to create a better future. This spirit of resilience is what defines the people of Kalos to this day, their unwavering determination to overcome any obstacle and build a society based on peace and harmony. The reconstruction of Lumiose City is a testament to this spirit, a symbol of hope and renewal in the face of a dark past. But it's also a reminder of the importance of remembering our history, of learning from the mistakes of our ancestors so that we don't repeat them in the future. Another significant discovery sheds light on the true scope of AZ's weapon. We believed it was a singular device, a desperate act of vengeance by a grieving king. However, unearthed schematics and energy readings suggest the weapon was part of a network, a series of interconnected devices designed to siphon life energy from across the entire Kalos region. Imagine the scale of such a project. The resources required, the engineering expertise, the sheer audacity of attempting to control life itself. This wasn't the act of a lone madman. It was a calculated, systematic attempt to reshape the very fabric of Kalos, fueled by a desperate desire for power and control. The implications of this discovery are staggering. It suggests that the Kalos War was not just a conflict between nations, but a struggle for the very soul of the region, a battle between those who sought to preserve life and those who sought to dominate it. And the consequences of that struggle are still felt today, in the form of lingering energy imbalances, environmental damage, and the deep-seated trauma that permeates Kalosian society. The reconstruction project is not just about rebuilding a city, it's about healing a wounded land, about confronting the ghosts of the past and forging a new path forward. But the most unsettling discovery of all involves a series of underground chambers located deep beneath the ruins of the forgotten battlefield. These chambers, accessible only through a network of hidden tunnels, contain artifacts of immense power and disturbing implications. Within these chambers, archaeologists have unearthed what appear to be memory stones, crystalline structures that resonate with psychic energy. When touched, these stones project vivid, immersive visions of the past, allowing researchers to experience the Kalos War firsthand. These visions are not mere historical recordings, they are raw, unfiltered emotions, the pain, fear, and rage of those who lived through the war. They offer a glimpse into the minds of the soldiers, the civilians, and even the Pokémon who were caught in the crossfire. And what these visions reveal is far more disturbing than anything we could have imagined. They depict scenes of unimaginable cruelty, of Pokémon being forced to fight against their will, of civilians being slaughtered without mercy, of entire cities being reduced to rubble. But the most unsettling aspect of these visions is their depiction of the Shadow Syndicate, a shadowy organization that appears to have been manipulating the Kalos War from behind the scenes. This organization, shrouded in secrecy, seems to have been responsible for orchestrating many of the war's most horrific events, pushing both sides towards ever greater levels of violence and destruction. Who were these Shadow Syndicate? What were their motives? And what role did they play in the creation of AZ's ultimate weapon? These are the questions that now haunt the reconstruction project, questions that threaten to unravel the very foundations of Kalosian society. The discovery of the memory stones has opened a Pandora's box, unleashing a torrent of forgotten memories and buried secrets. The people of Kalos are now forced to confront the darkest aspects of their past, to grapple with the legacy of a war that nearly destroyed their entire civilization. But this confrontation is also an opportunity, a chance to learn from the mistakes of the past and build a better future. By understanding the true scope of the Kalos War, by acknowledging the pain and suffering it caused, we can begin to heal the wounds that still linger today. The reconstruction of Lumiose City is not just about building a physical structure, it's about building a society based on empathy, compassion, and understanding. It's about creating a world where the horrors of the past are never repeated, where the bonds between humans and Pokémon are celebrated and cherished. The artifacts and records unearthed during the Lumiose reconstruction project paint a far more nuanced and disturbing picture of the ancient Kalos War. It was not simply a conflict between nations, but a struggle for the very soul of the region, manipulated by shadowy forces and fueled by unchecked ambition. The consequences of that war continue to shape the political and social landscape of modern Kalos, reminding us of the importance of remembering our history and learning from its mistakes. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next we uncover the science behind the bonds that connect humans and Pokémon. What secrets do Megastones hold, and how does emotional resonance play a part in unlocking their true power? Prepare yourselves, for we are about to delve into the very heart of Mega Evolution. Chapter 4: The Science of Bonds. Examining how the reconstruction project has led to breakthrough discoveries about Mega Evolution, including the role of emotional resonance, the true nature of Megastones, and the energy networks that connect trainers and Pokémon across vast distances. This chapter bridges ancient knowledge with modern understanding. The dust of excavation has barely settled, yet already the very bedrock of Pokémon science is being re-examined. What was once theory is now demonstrable fact, etched in the ancient stones beneath Lumiose City. And at the heart of it all lies the unbreakable bond between trainer and Pokémon. For generations, Mega Evolution was understood as a rare, almost miraculous phenomenon, limited to a select few Pokémon and trainers. A surge of power, yes, but also something fleeting, unpredictable, a power that came at a cost. But the research blossoming from the Lumiose reconstruction is painting a far more nuanced and frankly more hopeful picture. What you're about to hear challenges the very definition of Mega Evolution. The key, it seems, lies not just in the Megastone itself, but in the resonant frequency shared between Pokémon and trainer. Think of it like two tuning forks perfectly matched. When one vibrates, the other responds in kind. Except in this case the vibration is emotional. It's a shared history, a tapestry woven from battles fought side by side, of victories celebrated and defeats mourned. Consider the anecdotal evidence that has surfaced. Construction workers, many with little to no prior experience with Pokémon, forming unusually strong bonds with the Pokémon assisting in the rebuilding efforts. Makop, known for their tireless strength, forming deep connections with the architects, almost intuitively understanding their designs. Klefki, those curious collectors of keys, developing a near telepathic link with the engineers, anticipating their needs before they were even voiced. These aren't just working relationships, they're partnerships. And it's these partnerships that are yielding unprecedented data on the mechanics of Mega Evolution. It's no longer simply about triggering a transformation. It's about it. Early theories suggested that Megastones acted as simple catalysts, providing a burst of energy that forced a Pokémon into its Mega form. But the archaeological record tells a different story. The pre-war civilization, the ones who first unlocked the secrets of Mega Evolution, understood something crucial. Megastones aren't just rocks, they're repositories. Vessels of concentrated emotional energy, echoes of the past resonating in the present. Imagine, if you will, a Megastone not as a battery, but as a memory. A memory of a bond so profound, so unwavering, that it transcends time itself. When a trainer and Pokémon connect with that stone, they're not just tapping into a power source, they're accessing a shared history. They're reliving, in a sense, the experiences of those who came before. And this is where the reconstruction project becomes so vital. The act of rebuilding, of healing a city scarred by war, is itself an act of profound emotional resonance. The trainers and Pokémon involved aren't just constructing buildings, they're constructing bonds. They're creating new memories, new histories, that are, in turn, feeding back into the very Megastones they're using. But how could this be possible? The answer, it seems, lies in the network. Not just the physical network of tunnels and chambers beneath Lumiose City, which we will explore later, but a metaphysical network, a web of energy that connects all living things. Think of the Kalos region as a vast, interconnected ecosystem, not just of plants and animals, but of emotions, of memories, of shared experiences. The ancient civilization understood how to tap into this network, how to channel its energy, how to amplify the bonds between trainers and Pokémon. And the key to unlocking this potential? Emotional resonance. The stronger the bond between trainer and Pokémon, the more effectively they can tap into this network. The more effectively they can tap into this network, the more stable and powerful their mega evolution becomes. But this raises a crucial question: what are megastone really? Our current understanding suggests that megastones are crystallized fragments of this energy network. They're like nodes in a vast, interconnected web, each containing a unique emotional signature. The excavation efforts have unearthed stones that seem to resonate with specific emotions: courage, compassion, even grief. And it's not just the stones themselves. The very earth beneath Lumiose City seems to be imbued with this energy. Construction workers have reported experiencing vivid dreams, flashes of insight, even shared visions with their Pokémon partners. These aren't random occurrences. They're symptoms of a city awakening, a city remembering its past. But the implications of this discovery are far-reaching. If Mega Evolution is truly dependent on emotional resonance, then it's not just a power available to a select few. It's a potential inherent in every trainer. Pokémon partnership. Imagine a world where Mega Evolution is no longer a rare occurrence, but a natural extension of the bond between trainer and Pokémon. A world where the full potential of these partnerships is unlocked, not through brute force, but through empathy, understanding, and shared experience. This is the vision that the Lumiose Reconstruction Project is striving to achieve, and the data is already proving this out. Trainers who previously struggled to achieve Mega Evolution with their Pokémon are now finding it easier, more stable, more natural. They're not just forcing the transformation, they're allowing it to happen. They're opening themselves up to the flow of energy, to the shared history contained within the Megastone. But this raises another crucial question. If Megastones are repositories of ancient knowledge and emotion, are they conscious? The evidence is circumstantial, but compelling. Researchers have observed subtle fluctuations in the energy signatures of Megastones, fluctuations that seem to correlate with the emotional states of the trainers and Pokémon nearby. Imagine a Megastone reacting to your joy, your fear, your determination. Imagine amplifying those emotions, feeding them back into the network, strengthening the bonds between all living things. It sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But the deeper we delve into the mysteries of Lumiose City, the more we realize that the line between science and magic is far more blurred than we ever imagined. And it's not just about the science of Mega Evolution. It's about the science of connection, the science of empathy, the science of understanding. The Lumiose Reconstruction Project is not just rebuilding a city, it's rebuilding a relationship. A relationship between humans and Pokémon, between the past and the future, between ourselves and the very fabric of existence. And at the heart of this relationship lies the Megastone, a stone that is not just a source of power, but a key to unlocking the full potential of the human-Pokémon bond. Consider the implications for long-distance communication. If emotional resonance can be amplified and transmitted through the energy network, could trainers communicate with their Pokémon across vast distances? Could they share experiences, exchange knowledge, even offer comfort and support? The possibilities are endless. But with great power comes great responsibility. If Megastones are truly repositories of ancient knowledge and emotion, then we must treat them with respect. We must understand their power, their potential, and their limitations. We must not exploit them for our own gain. We must use them to build a better future, a future where humans and Pokémon coexist in harmony. And it's not just about Megastones, it's about the energy network itself. If we can learn to tap into this network responsibly, we can unlock unprecedented levels of understanding and connection. Imagine a world where we can communicate with Pokémon on a deeper level, where we can understand their thoughts, their feelings, their needs. Imagine a world where we can harness the power of the energy network to heal the planet, to combat climate change, to create a sustainable future. This is the vision that drives the researchers and engineers working on the Lumiose Reconstruction Project. They're not just rebuilding a city, they're building a future. a future where humans and Pokémon work together to create a better world for all. And it all starts with the science of bonds, the science of understanding the connection between trainer and Pokémon, between the past and the future, between ourselves and the very fabric of existence. The discoveries related to emotional resonance and mega-evolution are truly groundbreaking. They offer a new perspective on the relationship between humans and Pokémon, but the deeper we dig, the more we realize how much more there is to uncover. However, this is just one perspective, and it is limited to what is on the surface. What truly drives the mega-evolution process is the energy network that connects all living things. We've spoken about this network in theoretical terms, but it's time to delve deeper. The earth beneath Lumiose City isn't just ground, it is a conduit. And we'll need to understand the structure of that conduit if we are to continue. The next step is to explore the underground network, the vast system of chambers, tunnels, and energy conduits that exists beneath Lumiose City, including ancient installations that predate known civilization and their connection to the broader mega-evolution phenomenon. Chapter 5: Visions of Harmony. Exploring the philosophical and practical challenges of creating a city where humans, Pokémon, and technology exist in perfect balance. The chapter details the competing visions for Lumiose's future and the debates that shape every aspect of the reconstruction project. The Lumiose reconstruction project, far from being a simple act of rebuilding, is a grand experiment. It's a crucible where ideals clash, where the very definition of progress is constantly debated. You see, the devastation wrought by the ancient war and the subsequent actions of AZ left a void, not just in the physical landscape, but in the collective soul of Kalos. Filling that void requires more than bricks and mortar, it demands a vision. But what vision? That's the question that hangs heavy in the air, thick with the scent of construction dust and the hum of innovation. There isn't one single answer, one unified dream. Instead, Lumiose is becoming a battleground of ideologies, each vying for dominance in shaping the city's future. On one side, you have the technological optimists. These are the architects, engineers, and scientists who see technology as the key to unlocking a brighter tomorrow. They envision a Lumiose City powered by clean energy, seamlessly integrated with advanced infrastructure, and where human life is enhanced by the latest innovations. They believe that technology can solve any problem, from energy scarcity to environmental degradation. They point to the breakthroughs being made in mega-evolution research, the advancements in sustainable energy solutions, and the potential for creating a truly interconnected city. They see a future where humans and Pokémon work together side by side, leveraging technology to build a paradise on Earth. Their vision is compelling, seductive even, promising a world free from the limitations of the past. But their vision is not without its critics. On the other side of the spectrum are the environmental preservationists. They are the botanists, ecologists, and conservationists who believe that the relentless pursuit of technological advancement has come at a terrible cost. They see the scars of the past etched into the landscape, the damage inflicted upon the natural world, and they fear that the technological optimists are repeating the same mistakes. They argue that true progress lies not in conquering nature, but in living in harmony with it. They advocate for a Lumiose City that prioritizes green spaces, protects biodiversity, and minimizes its environmental footprint. They envision a city where Pokémon roam freely, where nature is not just tolerated, but celebrated. They draw inspiration from the ancient forests and untouched wilderness areas that still exist in Kalos, reminding everyone that there is a different way to live, a way that respects the delicate balance of the ecosystem. They caution against the allure of technological solutions, warning that they often create more problems than they solve. Caught in the middle are the pragmatists. These are the city planners, policymakers, and community leaders who are tasked with finding a middle ground between these two opposing visions. They recognize the potential of technology, but they also understand the importance of environmental stewardship. They strive to create a Lumiose City that is both technologically advanced and ecologically sustainable. They seek to balance the needs of the present with the needs of the future, to build a city that is both innovative and responsible. Their task is perhaps the most difficult of all, requiring them to navigate a complex web of competing interests and conflicting values. They are the mediators, the negotiators, the ones who must forge a consensus out of chaos. The debates surrounding the reconstruction project are often heated, passionate, and sometimes even acrimonious. Every decision, from the placement of a park to the design of a building, is subject to intense scrutiny and debate. There are town hall meetings, public forums, and online discussions where citizens can voice their opinions and concerns. The media plays a crucial role in shaping public opinion, highlighting the different perspectives and exposing the potential pitfalls of each approach. Lobbying groups representing various interests exert their influence, attempting to sway policymakers and shape the direction of the project. The future of Lumiose City hangs in the balance, dependent on the outcome of these ongoing debates. One particularly contentious issue is the role of Pokémon in the new city. Should Pokémon be integrated into the urban environment, allowed to roam freely and interact with humans on a daily basis? Or should they be confined to designated areas, protected from the dangers of the city? The technological optimists argue that Pokémon can play a valuable role in the city, assisting with construction, providing companionship, and even generating energy. They envision a future where humans and Pokémon work together seamlessly, each benefiting from the other's strengths. The environmental preservationists, on the other hand, worry about the potential for exploitation and abuse. They fear that integrating Pokémon into the urban environment could lead to them being treated as mere tools or commodities, their natural instincts suppressed and their well-being compromised. They advocate for creating protected habitats within the city, where Pokémon can live in peace and harmony, free from human interference. They believe that humans should learn to respect the autonomy and dignity of Pokémon, rather than trying to control and manipulate them. The pragmatists seek a compromise, proposing a system of designated Pokémon zones, where certain species are allowed to roam freely, while others are kept in protected habitats. They also advocate for strict regulations to prevent the exploitation and abuse of Pokémon, ensuring that their rights are respected and their welfare is protected. Another major debate revolves around the use of Mega Evolution technology. The technological optimists see Mega Evolution as a powerful tool for enhancing the capabilities of Pokémon and unlocking their full potential. They envision a future where Mega Evolution is widely used in various industries, from construction to transportation to energy production. The environmental preservationists, however, are wary of the potential risks associated with Mega Evolution. They fear that it could have unintended consequences for the environment, disrupting the delicate balance of the ecosystem and potentially leading to new and unforeseen problems. They also worry about the ethical implications of artificially enhancing Pokémon, arguing that it could be seen as a form of animal cruelty. They advocate for a cautious and measured approach to Mega Evolution, emphasizing the need for thorough research and careful regulation. The pragmatists propose a compromise, suggesting that Mega Evolution should only be used in specific situations where its benefits outweigh its risks. They also advocate for strict ethical guidelines to ensure that Mega Evolution is used responsibly and that the well-being of Pokémon is always prioritized. The debate over the future of Lumiose City is not just about technology and the environment. It's also about culture, identity, and the very meaning of progress. It's a reflection of the deeper questions that humanity has been grappling with for centuries. What is our relationship with nature? How do we balance the pursuit of innovation with the need for sustainability? What kind of world do we want to create for future generations? These questions have no easy answers, and the debates surrounding the reconstruction project are often complex and nuanced. But they are also essential, forcing us to confront our values, challenge our assumptions, and ultimately make choices that will shape the future of Lumiose City and the world beyond. The citizens of Lumiose are not passive observers in this process. They are active participants, engaging in debates, organizing protests, and demanding a voice in the decisions that affect their lives. They are the ones who will ultimately determine the future of their city, and their voices must be heard. The reconstruction project is not just about rebuilding a city, it's about building a community. It's about creating a space where people from all walks of life can come together, share their ideas, and work towards a common goal. It's about fostering a sense of belonging, a sense of shared purpose, and a sense of hope for the future. The challenges are immense, the obstacles are daunting, but the potential rewards are even greater. If Lumiose City can successfully navigate these competing visions and create a truly harmonious society, it will serve as a beacon of hope for the rest of the world, a testament to the power of human ingenuity, collaboration, and compassion. You might ask, what does this all look like in practice? Picture this: vertical farms integrated into the skyscrapers, providing fresh produce for the city's residents. Electric buses powered by solar energy gliding silently through the streets. Parks and green spaces interwoven throughout the urban landscape, providing habitats for Pokémon and opportunities for recreation. Imagine citizens using their smartphones to monitor energy consumption, track pollution levels, and access real-time information about the city's infrastructure. Picture researchers working in state-of-the-art laboratories, developing new technologies to address the challenges of climate change, resource scarcity, and public health. Envision Pokémon trainers collaborating with engineers to design and build sustainable infrastructure, using their Pokémon's abilities to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of the project. Imagine artists and musicians creating works of art that celebrate the beauty of nature and the power of technology, inspiring a sense of wonder and awe. All of these things are possible, but they require a shared vision, a commitment to collaboration, and a willingness to embrace change. The future of Lumiose City is not predetermined, it is being shaped by the choices we make today. It's a future that demands careful thought and constant vigilance. And that brings us to the very heart of the matter. The reconstruction of Lumiose City isn't just about rebuilding physical structures. It's about rebuilding trust, rebuilding relationships, and rebuilding a sense of shared identity. It's about creating a city where everyone feels valued, respected, and empowered to contribute to the common good. This is a monumental task, one that requires not only technological expertise and environmental awareness, but also empathy, compassion, and a deep understanding of human nature. The citizens of Lumiose must learn to listen to each other, to understand each other's perspectives, and to find common ground, even when they disagree. They must also be willing to forgive each other for the mistakes of the past and to work together to create a better future. The scars of the ancient war run deep, and the memories of AZ's actions are still fresh in the minds of many. Healing these wounds will take time, patience, and a willingness to confront the painful truths of the past. But it is a necessary step if Lumiose City is to truly become a beacon of hope, a symbol of resilience, and a testament to the power of the human spirit. The journey ahead will be long and arduous, but the destination is worth striving for. A city where humans, Pokémon, and technology coexist in perfect harmony. But what if the key to unlocking this harmony lies not in the grand designs of architects or the pronouncements of politicians, but in something far more subtle, something hidden beneath the surface of the city itself? Because next, we descend into the depths to explore the underground network that pulses beneath Lumiose, a labyrinth of secrets waiting to be revealed. Before we dive deeper into this incredible journey, I'm curious, where in the world are you watching this from? Drop a comment below and let our global community know. And if you're finding this as mind-blowing as I am, hit that like button to help more people discover the story. Chapter 6: The Underground Network, revealing the vast system of chambers, tunnels, and energy conduits that exists beneath Lumiose City, including ancient installations that predate known civilization and their connection to the broader mega-evolution phenomenon. This chapter explores the city's hidden infrastructure. Beneath the bustling streets and fashionable boutiques of Lumiose City lies a secret world, a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers that predates even the oldest accounts of Colossian civilization. For generations, these subterranean spaces were dismissed as mere catacombs or forgotten service passages. But as the reconstruction project delves deeper, a far more intricate and astonishing reality has begun to emerge. What we're uncovering isn't just a network of tunnels, it's an ecosystem of interconnected systems, a hidden infrastructure that pulses with an energy unlike anything we've encountered. These aren't simply the foundations of a city. They are the roots of a power that shaped the Kalos region, and perhaps the entire Pokémon world. Imagine, if you will, the earth beneath your feet vibrating with a hidden energy, a network of conduits humming with a power that resonates with the very essence of Mega Evolution. This is the reality of Lumiose City, a city built upon secrets, a city whose true history lies buried in the darkness below. The initial discoveries were accidental, small fissures in the earth that opened during the early stages of the reconstruction. Construction workers, initially perplexed, found themselves staring into the abyss, into chambers lined with strange crystalline formations that seemed to glow with an inner light. These weren't natural geological formations, they were deliberately crafted structures, humming with a low, almost imperceptible frequency. As the excavations continued, the true extent of the underground network began to reveal itself. Tunnels stretched for miles, connecting chambers of varying sizes and purposes. Some were vast, cathedral-like spaces, filled with intricate carvings that depicted scenes of humans and Pokémon working together in harmony. Others were smaller, more utilitarian, lined with pipes and conduits that seemed designed to channel and direct energy. But the most intriguing discoveries were the ancient installations, devices of unknown purpose that predated any known civilization. These structures were crafted from materials unlike anything found on the surface, alloys that seemed to defy the laws of physics, glowing with a faint, ethereal light. They were clearly designed to harness and manipulate energy, but the exact nature of that energy and the purpose for which it was used remains a mystery. Think about it. A civilization lost to time, possessing a mastery of energy that far surpasses our own. What became of them? What secrets did they unlock? And what role did Mega Evolution play in their rise and fall? One of the most compelling theories revolves around the concept of resonance. You see, the energy that flows through these underground conduits isn't just any energy. It's an energy that resonates with the emotions of Pokémon and humans, an energy that amplifies their bond and unlocks the power of Mega Evolution. The ancient installations, we believe, were designed to tap into this emotional energy, to harness the power of human-Pokémon relationships on a massive scale. Imagine a city where every citizen, every Pokémon, is connected to a vast network of energy, where their emotions are amplified and channeled to create a society of unparalleled power and harmony. But what happens when that power is corrupted? What happens when the bonds between humans and Pokémon are twisted and used for darker purposes? The Kalos War, as we know, was a cataclysmic event, a conflict that shattered the region and left scars that still linger to this day. But what if the war wasn't just a conflict between nations? What if it was a struggle for control of this underground network, a battle for the very essence of Mega Evolution? The evidence suggests that the ancient civilization that built these installations was deeply divided, torn apart by ideological conflicts and power struggles. Some sought to use the network for the betterment of all, to create a utopia of harmony and prosperity. Others sought to exploit its power for their own selfish gain, to dominate and control the Pokémon world. And it was this conflict, this struggle for control, that ultimately led to their downfall. The Kalos War, we believe, was the culmination of centuries of internal strife. A final, desperate attempt to seize control of the underground network and unleash its power upon the world. But the consequences were far greater than anyone could have imagined. The activation of the ultimate weapon, the device that AZ used to end the war, not only destroyed countless lives but also severed the connection to the underground network, plunging the region into darkness and despair. For 3,000 years the network lay dormant, forgotten by all but a few. But now, with the reconstruction of Lumiose City, it is awakening once more. The energy is flowing again, the conduits are humming, and the ancient installations are beginning to stir. But this time, we have a chance to do things differently. We have a chance to learn from the mistakes of the past, to harness the power of mega evolution for the betterment of all. But to do so, we must understand the true nature of the underground network, its history, its purpose, and its potential. The key, we believe, lies in the mega stones. These mysterious artifacts, discovered during the excavation of Lumiose City, are not just inert objects. They are repositories of ancient knowledge, fragments of the civilization that built the underground network. Each megastone seems to hold a piece of the puzzle, a glimpse into the past that can help us understand the present and shape the future. By studying these stones, by unlocking their secrets, we can gain a deeper understanding of mega evolution, its origins, and its potential. And perhaps, just perhaps, we can prevent the mistakes of the past from being repeated. We can build a new Lumiose City, a city that is not just beautiful and prosperous but also harmonious and sustainable. A city where humans and Pokémon can live together in peace and understanding. But the task is not without its challenges. There are those who seek to exploit the underground network for their own selfish gain. Those who would repeat the mistakes of the past and plunge the region into darkness once more. These factions, driven by greed and ambition, are already vying for control of the network, seeking to harness its power for their own nefarious purposes. They see the reconstruction of Lumiose City not as an opportunity for progress, but as a chance to seize power and dominate the Pokémon world. And so, the fate of Lumiose City, and perhaps the entire Kalos region, hangs in the balance. The future is uncertain, the path ahead is fraught with danger, but we must press on. We must continue to explore the underground network, to unlock its secrets, and to defend it from those who would seek to exploit its power. Because the future of mega evolution, the future of human-Pokémon relationships, and the future of the Pokémon world may very well depend on it. What we've discovered so far is merely the tip of the iceberg. The deeper we delve, the more we realize how little we truly know. Consider the very architecture of these subterranean spaces. They aren't simply functional, they are imbued with a sense of purpose, a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. The intricate carvings, the crystalline formations, the humming energy, all of these elements combine to create an atmosphere of awe and wonder. It's as if the ancient civilization that built these structures was trying to communicate with us, to leave behind a message that would resonate across the ages. And what is that message? Perhaps it's a warning, a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of balance. Or perhaps it's a message of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always the potential for renewal and redemption. Whatever the message may be, it's clear that these underground spaces hold the key to understanding our past and shaping our future. The energy conduits themselves are a marvel of engineering. They are made from materials that we can barely comprehend, alloys that seem to conduct energy with almost no resistance. The flow of energy through these conduits is not constant. It ebbs and flows like a tide, responding to the emotions of the people and Pokémon above. This suggests that the underground network is not just a passive system, it's an active participant in the life of Lumiose City. It's a living, breathing entity that is constantly responding to the needs and emotions of its inhabitants. But how is this possible? How can a network of tunnels and chambers be so intimately connected to the emotions of living beings? The answer, we believe, lies in the nature of mega evolution itself. Mega evolution is not just a physical transformation, it's a spiritual awakening. It's a moment of profound connection between humans and Pokémon, a merging of their minds and souls. And it's this connection, this bond of empathy and understanding, that powers the underground network. The energy that flows through the conduits is the energy of love, the energy of friendship, the energy of mutual respect. It's the energy that binds humans and Pokémon together, the energy that makes mega evolution possible. And it's this energy that we must protect, that we must nurture, if we are to build a better future for Lumiose City and the Pokémon world. The challenge, of course, is to balance the need for progress with the need for preservation. We cannot simply ignore the underground network, pretending that it doesn't exist. It's an integral part of Lumiose City, a vital source of energy and knowledge. But we also cannot exploit it for our own selfish gain, without regard for the consequences. We must find a way to integrate the network into the fabric of our city, to harness its power in a way that is sustainable and harmonious. We must learn to live in balance with the ancient civilization that built these structures, to respect their legacy and to honor their memory. This is not an easy task, but it's a task that we must undertake if we are to create a truly sustainable and equitable society. We must be mindful of the past, aware of the present, and hopeful for the future. The more we uncover, the more we realize that the underground network is not just a physical structure, it's a living library, a repository of ancient knowledge and wisdom. Each chamber, each tunnel, each installation holds a piece of the puzzle, a clue to understanding the past and shaping the future. And it's up to us to piece together this puzzle, to unlock the secrets of the network and to use that knowledge to build a better world. The weight of this responsibility is immense, but we are not alone. We have the support of our Pokémon partners, the wisdom of our ancestors, and the hope of a brighter tomorrow. But this is only one piece of the puzzle. While we explore the physical infrastructure beneath Lumiose, there are forces at play we have yet to fully understand. These forces operate in the shadows, influencing the city in ways that are both subtle and profound. And they are most active during the hours of darkness. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next we uncover Nocturnal Revelations, Chapter 7, Zygarde's Vigil. Delving into the role of the Order Pokémon as guardian and judge of the Reconstruction Project, its distributed consciousness, its ancient mandate to maintain balance, and how its presence influences the delicate relationship between progress and preservation. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the weight of centuries, the silent observation of an ancient being. Now, open them, and let's delve into the enigmatic presence that watches over Lumiose City's rebirth, Zygarde. This isn't just a Pokémon, it's a force of nature, a living embodiment of balance. But what exactly is Zygarde's role in the grand scheme of the city's reconstruction? What is its purpose? Forget everything you think you know about legendary Pokémon. Zygarde is unlike any other. It doesn't reside in a temple or a hidden dimension. It is woven into the very fabric of the Kalos region, a distributed consciousness spread across the land. It is everywhere and nowhere at once. Think of it as a complex network, a vast web of cells and cores, each acting as a sensory node, constantly monitoring the environment. These aren't just biological components, they are fragments of a greater intelligence, each attuned to the subtle shifts in the world around them. But why is this network focused on Lumiose City? What makes this reconstruction project so vital to Zygarde's ancient mandate? The answer lies in the city's history, in the echoes of the Kalos War, and the devastating legacy of AZ's ultimate weapon. Lumiose City is more than just a collection of buildings and streets. It's a wound in the earth, a scar left by unimaginable destruction. And Zygarde, as the guardian of balance, is drawn to this site of imbalance, compelled to oversee its healing. Its presence isn't overt. You won't see it patrolling the streets or issuing decrees. Instead, it acts through subtle influences, nudging events in a direction that promotes harmony. Think of it as a silent conductor, guiding the orchestra of reconstruction, ensuring that no single instrument overpowers the others. But how does it do this? How does a being of such immense power exert its influence without directly interfering? The key lies in its connection to the land, to the energy that flows beneath the city, and to the hearts and minds of those who are working to rebuild it. Zygarde can sense the emotions of the people of Lumiose City. It can feel their hopes, their fears, their anxieties, and their aspirations, and it uses this knowledge to guide its actions, subtly influencing their decisions and shaping the course of events. Imagine a construction worker struggling to reconcile the need for progress with the desire to preserve the natural environment. Zygarde might subtly influence their dreams, planting seeds of inspiration that lead them to discover a new, more sustainable building technique. Or consider a politician torn between competing interests, pressured to prioritize economic growth over environmental protection. Zygarde might subtly alter their perception, allowing them to see the long-term consequences of their actions and choose a path that benefits both humanity and nature. This isn't mind control, it's more like a gentle persuasion, a subtle shift in perspective that allows people to see the world in a new light. And it's all done in service of Zygarde's ultimate goal, to restore balance to the Kalos region. But what happens when progress clashes with preservation? What happens when the desire for innovation threatens the delicate balance of nature? This is where Zygarde's role as judge comes into play. It doesn't simply allow events to unfold unchecked. It actively monitors the reconstruction project, constantly assessing its impact on the environment and the well-being of the people. And if it detects a threat to the balance, it will intervene. But its intervention is never arbitrary or destructive. It doesn't simply tear down buildings or punish those who violate its principles. Instead, it seeks to guide them back onto the right path, to help them understand the consequences of their actions and find a way to reconcile their desires with the needs of the planet. Think of it as a stern but compassionate teacher, guiding its students towards enlightenment. It understands that mistakes are inevitable, that progress often comes at a cost, but it also believes that humanity is capable of learning from its mistakes and building a better future. And that's why it's so invested in the Lumiose City reconstruction project. It sees it as an opportunity for humanity to redeem itself, to atone for the sins of the past, and build a city that is truly in harmony with nature. But what about the other forces at play in Lumiose City? What about the scientists pushing the boundaries of mega-evolution, the politicians vying for power, and the ordinary citizens simply trying to rebuild their lives? How does Zygarde navigate these complex relationships? The answer lies in its understanding of interconnectedness. It recognizes that everything is connected, that every action has a consequence, and that the fate of Lumiose City is inextricably linked to the fate of the entire Kalos region. It doesn't seek to control or dominate these forces. Instead, it seeks to guide them, to help them understand their place in the larger ecosystem, and to work together towards a common goal. It's a delicate balancing act, a constant negotiation between progress and preservation, between human ambition and the needs of the planet. And Zygarde, as the guardian of balance, is at the center of it all, silently guiding the way. But what are the limits of its power? Can it truly prevent another catastrophe from occurring in Lumiose City? Or is it simply delaying the inevitable? These are the questions that haunt those who are aware of Zygarde's presence, and the answer, perhaps, lies in the hands of the people of Lumiose City themselves. Zygarde can guide them, it can inspire them, it can even protect them, but it cannot force them to choose the right path. Ultimately, the fate of Lumiose City rests on their shoulders. It depends on their willingness to learn from the past, to embrace the principles of sustainability and harmony, and to work together to build a future that is worthy of Zygarde's trust. But even with Zygarde's watchful presence, the reconstruction project is fraught with challenges. The city is a melting pot of competing ideologies, each with its own vision for the future. There are those who believe that technology is the answer to all of humanity's problems, who see Lumiose City as a chance to create a futuristic utopia powered by cutting-edge innovations. Then there are those who prioritize environmental preservation above all else, who believe that Lumiose City should be a sanctuary for nature, a place where humans live in harmony with the wild. And then there are those who simply want to rebuild the city as it was before, to restore the familiar landmarks and traditions that were lost in the war. These competing visions often clash, creating tensions and conflicts that threaten to derail the reconstruction project, and Zygarde, as the guardian of balance, must navigate these conflicts carefully, seeking to find a compromise that satisfies everyone. But how does it do this? How does it reconcile such disparate viewpoints? The answer lies in its ability to see the underlying commonalities, to recognize that all of these visions, despite their differences, share a common desire: to create a better future for Lumiose City. It seeks to find the common ground, the shared values that can unite these disparate groups and allow them to work together towards a common goal. It reminds them that they are all part of the same ecosystem, that their fates are intertwined, and that they can only succeed if they work together. And it does this not through force or coercion, but through inspiration and guidance. It subtly influences their thoughts and emotions, helping them to see the world from a new perspective and to understand the needs of others. It's a slow and painstaking process, but it's the only way to achieve lasting harmony. Zygarde understands that true balance cannot be imposed from above, it must be cultivated from within. But even with Zygarde's guidance, the path to harmony is not always smooth. There are setbacks and disappointments, moments when it seems like the competing ideologies are simply too entrenched to be overcome. And in those moments, Zygarde's resolve is tested. It must resist the temptation to intervene directly, to impose its own vision of balance upon the city. It must trust that the people of Lumiose City are capable of finding their own way, even if it takes time and effort. It's a testament to its patience and its faith in humanity. Zygarde understands that progress is not always linear, that it often involves periods of stagnation and even regression. But it also believes that ultimately humanity is capable of learning from its mistakes and moving forward. And so it continues to watch over Lumiose City, silently guiding the reconstruction project, patiently waiting for the day when the city will finally achieve true harmony. But what happens if that day never comes? What happens if the competing ideologies remain entrenched, if the people of Lumiose City are unable to overcome their differences? This is the question that haunts Zygarde's consciousness, the fear that drives its every action. It knows that the fate of Lumiose City is not just about the city itself. It's about the future of the entire Kalos region. If Lumiose City fails to achieve harmony, it could set a dangerous precedent, leading to further conflict and imbalance throughout the region. And that is something that Zygarde cannot allow to happen. So it continues to watch, to guide, and to protect, always striving to maintain the delicate balance that is so essential to the well-being of the Kalos region. But Zygarde's influence extends far beyond the realm of politics and construction. It also plays a crucial role in the city's burgeoning scientific community, particularly those studying the mysteries of mega-evolution. The reconstruction project has unearthed countless artifacts and ancient texts, shedding new light on the origins of mega-evolution and its connection to the ancient Kalos War. And Zygarde, with its vast knowledge and its connection to the land, is uniquely positioned to guide these scientific investigations. It can subtly influence the researchers, leading them to new discoveries and helping them to understand the true nature of mega-evolution. But it also acts as a safeguard, preventing them from delving too deeply into dangerous territory. It understands that mega-evolution is a powerful force, capable of both great good and great harm, and it's determined to ensure that it is used responsibly, that it is not allowed to fall into the wrong hands or to be used for destructive purposes. It's a delicate balancing act, a constant negotiation between the pursuit of knowledge and the need for caution. And Zygarde, as the guardian of balance, is at the center of it all, silently guiding the way. But what about the ethical implications of Zygarde's influence? Is it right for a being of such immense power to subtly manipulate the thoughts and emotions of others? This is a question that has been debated by philosophers and theologians for centuries, and there is no easy answer. Some argue that Zygarde's actions are justified, that it is acting in the best interests of humanity and the planet. They believe that its guidance is necessary to prevent another catastrophe from occurring in Lumiose City. Others argue that Zygarde's actions are a violation of free will, that it is denying people the right to make their own choices. They believe that its influence, however subtle, is a form of control that is ultimately harmful. And then there are those who believe that Zygarde's actions are simply beyond human comprehension, that we cannot possibly understand the motivations of a being of such immense power. Ultimately, the question of whether Zygarde's influence is ethical is a matter of perspective, and it's a question that each individual must answer for themselves. But regardless of one's personal beliefs, there is no denying that Zygarde's presence in Lumiose City is a profound and transformative force. It is shaping the city in ways that we are only beginning to understand. And as the reconstruction project continues, and as we delve deeper into the mysteries of mega-evolution, we will undoubtedly learn even more about the enigmatic being that watches over us. The delicate balance between progress and preservation is not merely a philosophical debate in Lumiose City, it's a tangible reality, felt in every construction site, debated in every council meeting, and whispered in the dreams of its inhabitants. Zygarde's presence amplifies this tension, a constant reminder of the responsibility that comes with wielding power, both natural and technological. Its influence isn't a heavy-handed decree, but a subtle nudge, a whisper in the wind that guides decision-making. Consider the city's energy grid, a complex network designed to power the burgeoning metropolis. Initially conceived as a purely technological marvel, Zygarde's influence subtly steered the project towards incorporating natural energy sources, integrating solar panels and geothermal plants into the urban landscape. This wasn't a direct intervention, but rather a series of seemingly coincidental discoveries and innovations. Researchers, inspired by dreams or serendipitous encounters, stumbled upon new ways to harness natural energy, seamlessly blending technology with the environment. The result is a more sustainable and resilient energy grid, a testament to the power of collaboration between human ingenuity and Zygarde's guiding hand. But the path to equilibrium is rarely smooth. The integration of natural energy sources faced resistance from powerful corporations invested in traditional fossil fuels. These factions, driven by profit and a short-sighted vision of progress, sought to undermine the sustainable energy initiatives, lobbying for policies that favored their own interests. Zygarde, aware of this growing imbalance, subtly amplified the voices of environmental activists and community leaders, empowering them to challenge the corporate agenda and advocate for a more sustainable future. This wasn't a direct act of intervention, but a strategic amplification of existing forces, creating a counterweight to the forces of greed and exploitation. The struggle for balance continues, a constant tug-of-war between competing interests and ideologies. But Zygarde's presence serves as a constant reminder of the importance of sustainability and harmony, guiding the city towards a future where technology and nature coexist in equilibrium. However, the Order Pokémon's role in Lumiose extends beyond environmental concerns. It also acts as a silent guardian of the city's historical memory, ensuring that the lessons of the past are not forgotten. The reconstruction project has unearthed countless artifacts and records, revealing the true scope of the ancient Kalos War and the devastating consequences of AZ's ultimate weapon. Zygarde, with its ancient consciousness and its intimate connection to the land, possesses a unique understanding of this history. It can sense the echoes of the past, the lingering pain and trauma that still permeate the city's foundations. And it uses this knowledge to guide the reconstruction project, ensuring that the new Lumiose City is built on a foundation of healing and reconciliation. It subtly influences the architects and urban planners, inspiring them to design spaces that honor the past while embracing the future. Memorials are erected to commemorate the victims of the war, and public spaces are created to foster community and connection. The city's new design becomes a form of collective therapy, a way for the people of Lumiose to process their trauma and rebuild their lives. But even with Zygarde's guidance, the healing process is slow and arduous. The wounds of the past run deep, and there are those who seek to exploit the city's historical trauma for their own gain. Extremist groups fueled by hatred and resentment attempt to rewrite history and incite violence, threatening to plunge Lumiose City back into conflict. Zygarde, aware of this growing threat, subtly empowers historians and educators, providing them with the resources and support they need to combat misinformation and promote understanding. It also works to foster dialogue and reconciliation between different communities, creating spaces for people to share their stories and heal their wounds. The struggle for historical truth continues, a constant battle against the forces of ignorance and hate. But Zygarde's presence serves as a constant reminder of the importance of memory and reconciliation, guiding the city towards a future where the lessons of the past are never forgotten. But this is just the surface. Beneath the bustling streets and towering structures of Lumiose City lies a hidden network, a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers that predate known civilization. And within these ancient structures, Zygarde's presence is even more palpable, its influence more direct. These underground networks serve as conduits for the energy that flows beneath the city, connecting Zygarde's consciousness to the very foundations of the Kalos region. They are also home to ancient installations and artifacts, relics of a forgotten civilization that harnessed the power of mega-evolution long before the Kalos War. Zygarde, as the guardian of balance, is the key to understanding these ancient mysteries. It can unlock the secrets of the past and guide humanity towards a future where technology and nature coexist in harmony. But what are these secrets? What lies hidden beneath the streets of Lumiose City? And how will Zygarde guide us towards the light? These are the questions that drive our investigation, the mysteries that we will unravel in the chapters to come. For even with the Order Pokémon's unwavering vigil, a lurking question remains: what are the, and what forgotten truths do they hold about the very nature of Mega Evolution? That's where we turn next. Chapter 8. The Factions of Tomorrow. Examining the different groups and ideologies that have emerged around the Reconstruction Project, from technological optimists to environmental preservationists, and how their conflicts reflect deeper questions about the direction of human civilization. Lumiose City, reborn from the ashes of conflict and ambition, is more than just bricks and mortar. It's a crucible, forging not only a new skyline but also a new kind of society. But how do you rebuild a city, not just physically, but ideologically? How do you reconcile the dreams of 1,000 different hearts, all beating to the rhythm of a future yet unwritten? The answer, it seems, lies in the factions. Groups coalescing around shared visions, each vying for influence in shaping the city's destiny. And these aren't just political parties or construction guilds. They are movements, philosophies brought to life, and their clashes are far more profound than mere disagreements over zoning laws. They reflect the very soul of humanity, grappling with the power it now wields. One of the most prominent factions is undoubtedly the technological vanguard. These are the disciples of innovation, the believers in progress at any cost. They see the Reconstruction Project as an opportunity to leapfrog into a new era of technological supremacy. Their vision is a city seamlessly integrated with technology, where every aspect of life is optimized for efficiency and convenience. Think self-driving vehicles powered by harnessed Pokémon energy, holographic interfaces woven into the very fabric of buildings, and advanced medical facilities capable of eradicating disease with pinpoint precision. For the technological vanguard, Mega Evolution is not just a scientific phenomenon, it's a resource to be exploited, a key to unlocking even greater potential. They believe that by understanding and harnessing the energy flows of Mega Evolution, they can create a city that is not only sustainable, but also infinitely adaptable. They envision a future where humans and Pokémon are inextricably linked, working in perfect synergy to solve the world's most pressing problems. But their enthusiasm is not without its critics. Standing in stark opposition to the technological vanguard is the Circle of Verdant Guardians. This faction is composed of environmental preservationists, Pokémon ecologists, and those who believe that technology should serve nature, not the other way around. They see the unchecked pursuit of progress as a dangerous path, one that could lead to the same ecological devastation that plagued Kalos in the past. The Verdant Guardians are deeply concerned about the impact of the Reconstruction Project on the surrounding ecosystem. They argue that the relentless expansion of the city is encroaching on vital Pokémon habitats and disrupting the delicate balance of nature. They advocate for a more sustainable approach to development, one that prioritizes the preservation of biodiversity and the creation of green spaces within the urban environment. For them, Mega Evolution is a sacred bond, a testament to the power of harmony between humans and Pokémon. They believe that it should be approached with reverence and caution, not as a tool for technological advancement. They envision a future where Lumiose City is a beacon of ecological responsibility, a place where humans and Pokémon coexist in perfect harmony, respecting the natural world that sustains them. The clash between the technological vanguard and the circle of verdant guardians is a constant source of tension within the reconstruction project. They represent two fundamentally different visions for the future of Lumiose City, and their debates often erupt into heated arguments over resource allocation, development plans, and the very definition of progress. But these conflicts, as fierce as they may be, are not necessarily destructive. They force both sides to confront the limitations of their own ideologies and to consider the perspectives of others. And then there's the Keepers of Remembrance. This faction is perhaps the most enigmatic of all. They are historians, archaeologists, and spiritualists who are deeply concerned with preserving the memory of the past. They believe that the reconstruction project should not simply erase the scars of the war, but rather learn from them. They advocate for the preservation of historical sites, the study of ancient artifacts, and the retelling of the stories of those who came before. The Keepers of Remembrance are fascinated by the ancient civilization that existed beneath Lumiose City, the one that first discovered the secrets of mega-evolution. They believe that by understanding the rise and fall of this civilization, they can gain valuable insights into the nature of power, the dangers of ambition, and the importance of humility. They are also deeply interested in the story of AZ, the immortal king who unleashed the ultimate weapon. They see him as a symbol of the destructive potential of human technology and the enduring power of grief. They believe that his presence in Lumiose City is a reminder of the need for caution and compassion. For the Keepers of Remembrance, mega-evolution is a legacy, a connection to the past that must be treated with respect. They believe that it should be studied not only for its scientific potential, but also for its historical and spiritual significance. They envision a future where Lumiose City is a living museum, a place where the past is not forgotten but rather celebrated as a source of wisdom and inspiration. These are just three of the many factions that have emerged around the reconstruction project. There are also the economic liberators, who believe in free markets and minimal government intervention, the social harmonists, who advocate for equality and social justice, and the aesthetic visionaries, who seek to create a city that is not only functional, but also beautiful. Each of these factions has its own unique vision for the future of Lumiose City, and each is vying for influence in shaping its destiny. Their conflicts are often intense, their debates passionate, and their alliances ever-shifting. But it is through these clashes of ideas that the city is being forged, slowly but surely, into something new and unique. What you're witnessing is more than just urban renewal. It's societal evolution, playing out in real time. The very act of rebuilding is forcing Kalos to confront its past, its present, and the myriad possibilities of its future. The factions, in their struggles and collaborations, are essentially asking, what kind of civilization do we want to be? And the answer, it seems, is not a simple one. There is no single path forward, no easy solution to the complex challenges facing Lumiose City. The future is a tapestry woven from countless threads, each representing a different vision, a different dream, a different hope. But how do these factions interact on a practical level? It's not all abstract debate and philosophical posturing. The reality is far more grounded, often playing out in the very infrastructure of the city. Take, for example, the debate over the city's power grid. The technological vanguard proposes a centralized system, powered by a massive mega-evolution energy reactor. They argue that this would be the most efficient and reliable way to provide electricity to the entire city. The Verdant Guardians, however, vehemently oppose this plan. They argue that a centralized system would be vulnerable to sabotage and would create a dependency on a single source of energy. They advocate for a decentralized system powered by a network of smaller, renewable energy sources, such as solar panels, wind turbines, and geothermal plants. The economic liberators, meanwhile, see an opportunity for profit. They propose that the power grid should be privatized, allowing private companies to compete for the right to generate and distribute electricity. They argue that this would drive down prices and improve efficiency. The social harmonists, on the other hand, are concerned about the potential for inequality. They argue that access to electricity should be a basic human right, and that the power grid should be publicly owned and operated to ensure that everyone has access to affordable energy. The Keepers of Remembrance weigh in with a different perspective altogether. They point out that the ancient civilization beneath Lumiose City had its own sophisticated energy system, one that was based on a deep understanding of the natural world. They suggest that the reconstruction project should learn from the past and incorporate elements of this ancient technology into the new power grid. The debate over the power grid is just one example of the many conflicts that are shaping the future of Lumiose City. Similar debates are taking place over transportation, housing, education, and healthcare. Each faction is fighting for its own vision, and the outcome is far from certain. But it's not all conflict. There are also moments of collaboration, instances where different factions find common ground and work together to achieve a shared goal. For example, the Technological Vanguard and the Verdant Guardians have teamed up to develop new technologies for cleaning up pollution and restoring damaged ecosystems. The Economic Liberators and the Social Harmonists have worked together to create job training programs for unemployed residents, and the Keepers of Remembrance have partnered with the aesthetic visionaries to create public art installations that celebrate the history and culture of Kalos. These moments of collaboration are a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit. They show that even in the midst of conflict, it is possible to find common ground and work together to build a better future. They also hint at the possibility that the factions, and their very diversity, might hold the key to Lumiose City's ultimate success. But let's delve deeper into one faction that is gaining increasing influence: the Pokémon integrationists. This group believes that the future of Lumiose City, and indeed the world, lies in forging a closer bond between humans and Pokémon. They advocate for policies that promote Pokémon rights, encourage Pokémon participation in civic life, and create opportunities for humans and Pokémon to work and live together in harmony. The Pokémon integrationists are not simply animal rights activists. They see Pokémon as intelligent, sentient beings with their own unique perspectives and abilities. They believe that Pokémon have a valuable role to play in society and that their contributions should be recognized and celebrated. They propose a number of radical ideas, such as granting Pokémon the right to vote, allowing Pokémon to serve on juries, and creating Pokémon-only schools and hospitals. They also advocate for the development of new technologies that would allow humans and Pokémon to communicate more easily and to understand each other better. Unsurprisingly, their ideas are met with resistance from many quarters. Some see them as naive and unrealistic, while others fear that granting too much power to Pokémon could lead to chaos and instability. But the Pokémon integrationists are undeterred. They believe that the future of humanity depends on its ability to embrace Pokémon as equals, and to work together to create a more just and equitable world. Their movement is growing, attracting support from people of all backgrounds and ideologies. They are organizing protests, lobbying politicians, and educating the public about the importance of Pokémon rights. They are a force to be reckoned with, and their influence on the reconstruction project is only likely to increase in the years to come. And what about the role of Team Flare in all of this? While officially disbanded, the remnants of their ideology still linger in the shadows. Some former members have joined other factions, subtly pushing their own agendas. Others have gone underground, plotting their return to power. The threat of Team Flare is a constant reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present danger of extremism. It serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of unchecked ambition and the importance of vigilance. The factions of Lumiose City must remain united in their opposition to Team Flare and their commitment to building a better future for all. But the factions are not static entities. They are constantly evolving, adapting, and changing in response to new challenges and opportunities. New factions are emerging all the time, while old factions are fading away. The political landscape of Lumiose City is in a state of constant flux, and it is impossible to predict what the future holds. What is clear, however, is that the factions are playing a vital role in shaping the destiny of the city. They are the engines of innovation, the guardians of tradition, and the voices of the people. Their conflicts and collaborations are driving the reconstruction project forward, creating a city that is both modern and ancient, technological and natural, progressive and conservative. Lumiose City is a microcosm of the world, a place where the great questions of human civilization are being debated and decided. It is a city of dreams, a city of hopes, and a city of endless possibilities. It is a city where anything is possible, and where the future is waiting to be written. And it is a future that will be shaped in no small part by the factions that call it home. But this delicate dance between progress and preservation, between technology and nature, is about to be disrupted. Because beneath the surface of these ideological battles, something else is stirring, something ancient, something powerful, something connected to the very fabric of the city itself. And this force, whatever it may be, is about to upset the balance of power and force the factions to confront a threat they never saw coming. But this threat is only the beginning, because next we delve into the labyrinthine depths of the underground network, a hidden world that holds the key to understanding the true nature of Lumiose City. Chapter 9: Stones of Memory. A detailed exploration of the megastones discovered during excavation, their mysterious properties, their apparent consciousness, and how they serve as repositories of ancient knowledge and emotion. This chapter reveals how these artifacts bridge past and future. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine holding a stone, cool and smooth, in the palm of your hand. Feel its weight, its density, the subtle textures that speak of eons. Now imagine that this stone isn't just a rock, it's a key to unlocking the memories of a civilization long past, a conduit for emotions that echo through millennia. This, my friends, is the reality of the megastones discovered beneath Lumiose City. These aren't mere geological formations. There's something more, something that defies easy categorization, something that whispers of a power beyond our current understanding. The initial discoveries were, of course, met with skepticism. Geologists dismissed them as unusual mineral deposits. Historians saw them as interesting but ultimately insignificant artifacts. But as more stones were unearthed, as their unique properties became undeniable, a new consensus began to form. These stones, they remember. They remember the touch of hands long turned to dust, the hopes and fears of a people who walked the very ground upon which Lumiose now stands. They remember the joy of connection, the agony of loss, the burning intensity of mega-evolution itself. How is this possible? That's the question that has consumed researchers for years. The most prevalent theory revolves around the concept of resonant energy. You see, mega-evolution isn't just a physical transformation, it's an emotional one. A profound connection between trainer and Pokémon that unlocks a hidden potential. And it's believed that these stones act as amplifiers and repositories of that emotional energy. Think of it like a tuning fork. Strike it and it vibrates at a specific frequency. Place another tuning fork nearby, tuned to the same frequency, and it will begin to vibrate in sympathy. The megastones, it's theorized, are tuned to the specific frequencies of mega-evolution. They resonate with the emotions of trainers and Pokémon, amplifying the connection and storing the residual energy. But that's not all. The stones seem to possess a level of awareness, a subtle, almost imperceptible consciousness that allows them to interact with their surroundings. Consider the case of the Lucarionite discovered near the Prism Tower site. When a construction worker, known for his deep bond with his own Lucario, touched the stone, he experienced a vivid flashback. He saw a battle, a fierce and desperate struggle against a seemingly insurmountable foe. He felt the surge of adrenaline, the unwavering loyalty, the burning desire to protect. The worker had no prior knowledge of the ancient Kalos War, yet the images and emotions he experienced were undeniably linked to that era. The Lucarionite, it seemed, was sharing its memories. And it's not just visual memories. The stones also seem to contain emotional imprints. Researchers have reported experiencing feelings of overwhelming sadness, intense joy, or profound connection when handling certain stones. These emotions aren't their own, they're echoes of the past, resonating within the present. But how do these stones choose who to share their memories with? What determines which emotions are unlocked? The answer, it seems, lies in the individual's own emotional state and their connection to Pokémon. Those who possess a strong bond with their Pokémon, those who are open to the flow of emotions, are more likely to experience the stone's memories. It's as if the stones are seeking kindred spirits, individuals who can understand and appreciate the stories they hold. This raises a profound question. Are these stones simply passive recorders of the past, or are they active participants in the present? Are they merely reflecting emotions, or are they influencing them? Some researchers believe that the stones possess a form of sentience, a rudimentary consciousness that allows them to learn and adapt. They theorize that the stones are constantly evolving, absorbing new information and experiences, becoming more complex and nuanced over time. This would explain why some stones seem to possess a stronger personality than others, why some stones are more willing to share their memories while others remain stubbornly silent. Imagine for a moment the implications of this. Imagine a network of stones scattered across the Kalos region, each holding a piece of the past, each influencing the present. Imagine the potential for unlocking the secrets of mega evolution, for understanding the true nature of the bond between humans and Pokémon. The possibilities are endless, but with such power comes great responsibility. The stones are not toys. They are not mere curiosities. They are living artifacts, imbued with the memories and emotions of generations. They deserve our respect, our understanding, and our protection. And what about the stone's apparent consciousness? What does it mean for a non-biological entity to possess awareness? Does it have rights? Does it deserve consideration? These are questions that we must grapple with as we continue to explore the mysteries of the megastones. We must approach this research with caution, with humility, and with a deep respect for the power we are unleashing. The stones are not just repositories of ancient knowledge. They are bridges between past and future. They connect us to the experiences of those who came before, and they offer us a glimpse into the possibilities of what lies ahead. They remind us that we are not alone, that we are part of a larger story, a story that stretches back through millennia and extends into the unknown future. And within that story, within those stones, lies the key to understanding ourselves, our Pokémon, and our place in the world. Consider the Gardevoir rite discovered nestled within the ruins of an ancient temple. Initial scans revealed nothing unusual, but when a young woman, deeply empathetic and attuned to the emotions of others, approached the stone, something extraordinary happened. She didn't experience a flashback, not in the traditional sense. Instead, she felt a profound sense of connection to the Gardevoir who had once resonated with the stone. She felt its unwavering loyalty to its trainer, its fierce determination to protect those it loved, its deep sorrow at the loss of life during the ancient war. But more than that, she felt the Gardevoir's hope for the future. Its belief that humans and Pokémon could learn to live in harmony, that the mistakes of the past could be overcome. The woman was overwhelmed by the intensity of these emotions. She wept openly, tears streaming down her face. But they weren't tears of sadness. They were tears of hope, of understanding, of connection. The Gardevoir rite had not just shared its memories, it had shared its soul. This incident sparked a new wave of research, focusing on the emotional resonance of the stones and their ability to connect individuals across time and space. Researchers began to explore the possibility that the stones act as conduits for a collective consciousness, a shared pool of memories and emotions that transcends individual experience. Imagine a vast network of interconnected stones, spanning the entire Kalos region, each contributing to this collective consciousness. Imagine the potential for accessing this network, for tapping into the wisdom and experience of generations past. But what would it mean to access such a network? Would it be a source of enlightenment, a key to unlocking the secrets of the universe? Or would it be an overwhelming flood of information, a chaotic cacophony of emotions that could drive one mad? The answer, it seems, lies in the individual's ability to filter and interpret the information they receive. Those who are grounded in their own emotions, those who possess a strong sense of self, are better equipped to navigate the complexities of the collective consciousness. But even then, the risks are significant. The stones are not always benevolent. They can also contain negative emotions, traumatic memories, and unresolved conflicts. Consider the case of the Mawalite discovered near the site of a particularly brutal battle during the ancient war. Those who came into contact with the stone reported experiencing feelings of intense rage, overwhelming fear, and a burning desire for revenge. The Mawalite, it seemed, was still haunted by the violence of the past. It was a reminder that the wounds of war can linger for centuries, festering beneath the surface, waiting to be reopened. This discovery highlighted the importance of approaching the stones with caution and respect. It also raised ethical questions about the use of the stones for research and other purposes. Should we be tampering with these artifacts, potentially unleashing negative emotions and traumatic memories? Do we have the right to access the collective consciousness without the consent of those whose memories it contains? These are questions that we must grapple with as we continue to explore the mysteries of the megastones. We must weigh the potential benefits of this research against the potential risks. We must ensure that we are not causing harm in our pursuit of knowledge. The stones are a powerful tool, but they are also a dangerous one. They must be wielded with care, with wisdom, and with a deep respect for the past. And the deeper we delve into their secrets, the more we realize how little we truly understand. The stones defy our current scientific models, challenge our assumptions about consciousness, and force us to confront the fundamental questions about what it means to be human. They are a mirror, reflecting back at us our own hopes and fears, our own strengths and weaknesses. They are a reminder that we are all connected, that we are all part of something larger than ourselves. And as we continue to explore the mysteries of the megastones, we must remember that we are not just studying the past. We are shaping the future. The choices we make today will determine how these artifacts are used, how their power is harnessed, and how their memories are honored. The stones are waiting to share their secrets, waiting to guide us on our journey. But it is up to us to listen, to learn, and to choose wisely. They are, in essence, time capsules, holding not just data, but the very essence of life lived. A tangible link to those who walked Kalos before the modern era. But within this treasure trove of the past, a new danger lurks. The excavation has revealed not only stones of memory, but also stones of influence. What secrets do these stones hold, and how are they subtly shaping the present? What if the very act of studying them is changing us in ways we don't yet understand? This is the question that plagues us as we move forward, a question that leads us to our next exploration, the hidden infrastructure of Lumiose City itself. Because next, we descend into the underground network. I hope you're as amazed by this as I am. If you want to stay updated on more content like this, make sure to subscribe and join our community of curious minds. Trust me, what's coming next will challenge everything you thought you knew. Chapter 10. The Architecture of Redemption. Analyzing how the physical design of the new Lumiose City reflects themes of healing, growth, and the integration of natural and artificial elements. The chapter explores how urban planning becomes a form of collective therapy for historical trauma. Lumiose City. More than just steel and stone, it's a living testament to resilience, a breathtaking reimagining born from the ashes of a forgotten war. But how can a city, a collection of buildings and streets, actually heal? Can urban planning truly become a form of therapy, a balm for historical trauma? Tonight, we delve into the architecture of redemption, examining how the very design of this resurrected metropolis reflects themes of healing, growth, and the profound integration of natural and artificial elements. Get ready to see Lumiose City in a completely new light, not just as a place to visit, but as a symbol of hope forged in the crucible of the past. Consider the central plaza, once a barren scar left by the ultimate weapon. Today, it bursts with life. Not just in the bustling crowds and vibrant shops, but in the deliberate design choices that whisper stories of renewal. The cobblestones, for example, are not uniform. You'll notice a patchwork of different materials, colors, and textures. These aren't random. They represent the fragments of the past, pieced together to create something new and beautiful. Each stone is a memory, a silent echo of what was lost, now integrated into the foundation of what is to come. Look closer. The plaza isn't flat. Gentle slopes and terraces create micro-environments, each designed to foster specific types of plant life. Native Colossian flowers mingle with species brought from other regions, a visual representation of reconciliation and acceptance. Water features are strategically placed, their soothing sounds designed to calm the mind and promote a sense of peace. These aren't just aesthetic choices. They're deliberate attempts to counteract the lingering psychic residue of the war, to create a space where both humans and Pokémon can find solace. And then there's Prism Tower. It once stood as a symbol of human ambition, a towering monument to technological prowess. Now it's been transformed. While still a technological marvel, its exterior is draped in living vines, its surface now a canvas for climbing plants and carefully cultivated moss. The tower breathes. It has become a vertical ecosystem, a powerful statement about the integration of nature and technology. The light that emanates from the tower at night is no longer a cold, sterile glow. It pulsates with warmth, shifting in color and intensity to mimic the natural rhythms of the day and night. This shift is not accidental. The architects of the new Lumiose understood that the city needed to atone for its past, to shed its image as a symbol of destructive power. They sought to create a space that honored the natural world, that fostered a sense of harmony between humans and Pokémon. But the healing goes deeper than just aesthetics. The very structure of the city has been redesigned to promote connection and community. Wide, pedestrian-friendly streets encourage interaction and exploration. Public spaces are abundant, designed to foster a sense of belonging. Vertical gardens and rooftop farms provide fresh produce and create opportunities for residents to connect with nature. Even the buildings themselves are designed to be more permeable, to allow natural light and air to flow freely. Large windows and open-air balconies blur the lines between indoor and outdoor spaces, creating a sense of connection to the natural world. This emphasis on connection extends to the city's infrastructure. Underground tunnels, once used for purely utilitarian purposes, have been repurposed as green corridors, connecting different parts of the city and providing safe passage for Pokémon. These corridors are not just functional, they are beautifully landscaped, creating a hidden world beneath the city streets. Consider the city's layout. The old Lumiose was designed in a grid pattern, a rigid and impersonal structure that prioritized efficiency over human connection. The new Lumiose embraces a more organic design, with winding streets and irregular blocks that encourage exploration and discovery. The city feels less like a machine and more like a living organism, constantly evolving and adapting to the needs of its inhabitants. You might ask, how does this architectural transformation actually translate into healing? How can a building or a street address the deep-seated trauma of a war that occurred 3,000 years ago? The answer lies in the power of symbols. Architecture is not just about creating functional spaces, it's about creating meaning. The design choices that shape our environment can influence our thoughts, our feelings, and our behavior. By consciously incorporating elements of healing, growth, and integration into the design of Lumiose City, the architects have created a space that promotes emotional well-being. The city becomes a constant reminder of the possibility of renewal, a testament to the power of hope in the face of despair. Think of the children who grow up in this new Lumiose. They will never know the horrors of the war firsthand, but they will inherit the city's stories, its memories, and its symbols. The architecture will shape their understanding of the past, and it will influence their vision for the future. They will learn to value connection, to respect nature, and to embrace the possibility of healing. But it's not just the children who benefit. The architecture of redemption also provides a space for adults to process their own trauma, to come to terms with the past, and to find a sense of hope for the future. The city becomes a collective therapist, offering solace, support, and a sense of community. Consider the role of art in the reconstruction process. Murals depicting scenes of healing and reconciliation adorn the walls of buildings. Sculptures celebrating the beauty of nature are placed in public spaces. Art becomes a powerful tool for communicating the city's message of hope and renewal. But it's not just about creating beautiful art, it's about creating art that is accessible to everyone. The city's public art program prioritizes works that are interactive, engaging, and thought-provoking. The goal is to create art that sparks conversation, that encourages dialogue, and that fosters a sense of community. And it's not just human artists who are contributing to the city's artistic landscape. Pokémon are also playing a role, using their unique abilities to create stunning displays of light, color, and movement. Imagine a flock of beautifly painting the sky with their iridescent wings, or a group of Gardevoir creating intricate patterns in the city's gardens. This collaboration between humans and Pokémon is a powerful symbol of the city's commitment to integration. It demonstrates that healing is not just about repairing the damage of the past, it's about creating a new future where humans and Pokémon can live together in harmony. The architecture of redemption also extends to the city's infrastructure. The city's energy grid, for example, is powered by a combination of renewable sources, including solar, wind, and geothermal energy. This commitment to sustainability reflects a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things, a recognition that the health of the city is inextricably linked to the health of the planet. The city's waste management system is also designed to be as efficient and environmentally friendly as possible. Waste is sorted, recycled, and composted, with the goal of minimizing the city's impact on the environment. But it's not just about reducing waste. It's about creating a circular economy, where resources are reused and repurposed, rather than discarded. The city's architects have designed buildings that can be easily deconstructed and repurposed, minimizing waste and maximizing the use of resources. This commitment to sustainability is not just a matter of environmental responsibility, it's also a matter of social justice. The architects of the new Lumiose understand that the effects of climate change disproportionately impact vulnerable communities. By creating a sustainable city, they are working to create a more equitable future for all. But the journey of healing is not without its challenges. The scars of the past run deep, and the process of reconciliation is often slow and painful. There are those who resist the changes, who cling to the old ways, who refuse to let go of the past. But the city's architects remain committed to their vision. They understand that healing is a process, not a destination. They are patient, persistent, and unwavering in their commitment to creating a city that is truly worthy of its name. And they are not alone. The people of Lumiose City are united in their desire to build a better future. They are resilient, resourceful, and determined to overcome the challenges that lie ahead. Together, they are creating a city that is not just beautiful and functional, but also deeply meaningful. A city that is a testament to the power of hope, the resilience of the human spirit, and the transformative potential of architecture. As you walk through the streets of the new Lumiose, take a moment to appreciate the architecture of redemption. Notice the deliberate design choices that promote healing, growth, and integration. Listen to the stories that the city whispers, the echoes of the past, and the promises of the future. Let the city's architecture inspire you, challenge you, and transform you. Let it remind you that even in the darkest of times, hope is always possible. Let it inspire you to create your own spaces of healing, growth, and integration wherever you may be. The transformation of Prism Tower, the repurposing of the underground tunnels, the integration of nature throughout the urban landscape, these are all powerful symbols of Lumiose City's commitment to healing. They represent a conscious effort to atone for the past and build a more harmonious future. The new Lumiose City is more than just a place to live. It's a living, breathing testament to the power of redemption. It's a city where the past is honored, the present is embraced, and the future is full of hope. But the healing power of architecture is only one facet of the city's transformation. What happens when the sun goes down? What secrets are revealed in the nocturnal hours? when the city is bathed in moonlight and the veil between the human and Pokémon worlds thins. That's what we'll explore next as we delve into the nocturnal revelations of Lumiose City. Chapter 11: Nocturnal Revelations. Focusing on the mysterious activities that occur in Lumiose City during the night hours, including the spontaneous collaboration between wild Pokémon and construction efforts, the dreams experienced by workers, and the gradual emergence of something unprecedented in human-Pokémon relations. Close your eyes for a moment and picture Lumiose City. Not the bustling metropolis of daytime, but a hushed, almost ethereal version bathed in the soft glow of strategically placed lights. A city breathing, dreaming, working in the hours when most are asleep. It's during these nocturnal hours that a different Lumiose emerges. A Lumiose less concerned with the day's grand designs and more focused on the intricate, almost subconscious work of rebuilding, reconnecting, and perhaps rediscovering itself. What happens under the cloak of night is not simply a continuation of daytime efforts, it's something altogether new. Something unprecedented. The reconstruction of Lumiose City isn't just about bricks and mortar, steel and glass. It's about healing, about mending a wound that runs deeper than any physical damage. It's about integrating the lessons of the past with the hopes for the future. And that integration seems to find its most fertile ground in the quiet hours after sunset. One of the most fascinating aspects of this nocturnal transformation is the spontaneous collaboration between wild Pokémon and the construction crews. Imagine this: a team of workers meticulously repairing a section of the city's ancient aqueducts, only to find themselves assisted by a group of wild Graplocked, their powerful tentacles expertly manipulating heavy stones and precisely placing them in position. At first, these encounters were met with understandable apprehension. But soon, a pattern emerged. The Pokémon weren't acting randomly. They were clearly responding to the needs of the project, almost as if they understood the blueprints, the engineering principles at play. How could this be? What primal understanding was driving these creatures to contribute to the human endeavor? Consider the Joltik, tiny electric Pokémon, weaving intricate patterns of energy to reinforce weakened power conduits. Or the Durant, their mandibles capable of moving massive amounts of earth, clearing debris from construction sites with astonishing efficiency. These aren't isolated incidents, they're widespread occurrences, happening across the city every night. The workers themselves have developed a deep respect, even affection, for these nocturnal collaborators. They leave out offerings of berries and Pokémon food, not as payment, but as a gesture of gratitude. A silent acknowledgement of the shared purpose that binds them together. It's a relationship built on mutual respect and understanding, a partnership that transcends the traditional trainer-Pokémon dynamic. And then there are the dreams. The vivid, often unsettling dreams experienced by the workers involved in the reconstruction project. Dreams filled with images of ancient Kalos, of a civilization far more advanced than we ever imagined, of towering structures powered by unknown energies. Many dismissed these dreams as mere stress-induced hallucinations, the product of long hours and intense pressure. But as more and more workers reported similar visions, a chilling possibility began to emerge. Were these dreams something more? Were they echoes of the past, resonating through the very fabric of the city, attempting to communicate with those who were now rebuilding it? Imagine lying in your bed, the sounds of the city muffled by the late hour, only to be transported in your sleep to a time long before the Kalos we know, to witness the grandeur and the tragedy of a lost civilization, to feel the weight of their hopes and fears. What would you make of such an experience? How would it change your perspective on the present? Some workers report seeing the faces of the ancient engineers, their expressions a mixture of pride and sorrow. Others describe intricate diagrams and symbols, seemingly containing the secrets of mega-evolution itself. Still others speak of a great cataclysm, a devastating event that brought this advanced civilization to its knees. These dreams aren't merely historical accounts, they're emotional experiences. The workers wake up with a profound sense of connection to the past, a feeling that they are somehow carrying the burden of this lost civilization on their shoulders. It's a heavy responsibility, but it also fuels their determination to rebuild Lumiose City in a way that honors the memory of those who came before. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect of these nocturnal revelations is the gradual emergence of something truly unprecedented in human Pokémon relations. It's more than just collaboration, it's more than just understanding. It's a deep, almost telepathic connection, a merging of minds and spirits that transcends the boundaries of species. Think of it this way. Traditionally, the relationship between humans and Pokémon has been defined by a clear hierarchy. Trainers command, Pokémon obey. Even in the most harmonious partnerships, there's still a sense of separation, of distinct identities. But in Lumiose City, something different is happening. The lines are blurring. Humans and Pokémon are beginning to think and feel as one, sharing insights and emotions in a way that was previously considered impossible. It's as if the city itself is acting as a catalyst, breaking down the barriers that have long separated the two species. Consider the case of a young architect named Sophie. She was struggling to design a new park that would be both aesthetically pleasing and ecologically sound. She spent weeks poring over blueprints and environmental studies, but she couldn't seem to find the right solution. One night, as she was working late in her office, a Gardevoir appeared at her window. At first, Sophie was startled, but she quickly sensed that the Pokémon meant no harm. The Gardevoir simply stood there gazing at her with its serene eyes. Then, something extraordinary happened. Sophie began to experience a series of vivid images, visions of lush gardens filled with exotic plants and playful Pokémon. She saw intricate irrigation systems that mimicked natural waterways, and she felt the joy and vitality of the creatures that would inhabit the space. These weren't just random images, they were a complete, detailed design for the park, perfectly tailored to the needs of both humans and Pokémon. Sophie realized that the Gardevoir was sharing its knowledge, its understanding of the natural world, with her. She spent the next few weeks translating these visions into a formal design, and the result was nothing short of miraculous. The park became an instant success, a haven for both people and Pokémon, a testament to the power of collaboration and shared vision. This is just one example of the countless ways in which human-Pokémon relations are being transformed in Lumiose City. It's a gradual process, a subtle shift in consciousness, but it's undeniable. The city is becoming a crucible for a new kind of partnership, a new way of living, where humans and Pokémon are truly equal partners in shaping the future. But what does this mean for the rest of the world? Is Lumiose City an anomaly? A unique case driven by the specific circumstances of its reconstruction? Or is it a glimpse into a possible future? A future where the boundaries between species dissolve and a new era of harmony dawns? Perhaps the answer lies in the very stones that are being used to rebuild the city. The megastones, discovered during the excavation of the ancient ruins, are not merely inert objects. They seem to possess a consciousness of their own, a deep understanding of the connection between humans and Pokémon. These stones are radiating a subtle energy, an energy that is amplifying the emotional bonds between people and their Pokémon, fostering a sense of empathy and understanding that transcends the limitations of language. Imagine holding one of these stones in your hand, feeling the weight of its history, the echoes of countless generations of humans and Pokémon who have shared their lives and their dreams. What secrets would it reveal? What insights would it impart? Some believe that the megastones are acting as conduits, channeling the collective consciousness of the ancient civilization into the present. They are a bridge between the past and the future, a reminder of the potential for harmony and the consequences of discord. And so, as the night deepens over Lumiose City, the work continues. The Pokémon collaborate, the workers dream, and the bonds between humans and Pokémon grow stronger. A new reality is being forged in the darkness, a reality where the lines between species blur and a new era of understanding dawns. But this unprecedented harmony is not without its challenges. As the city rises from the ashes of the past, a new set of questions emerge. How do we balance progress with preservation? How do we ensure that the lessons of history are not forgotten? And how do we navigate the complex web of relationships that is being woven between humans, Pokémon, and the ancient energies that permeate Lumiose City? These are the questions that will shape the future of the city, and perhaps the future of the world. The very foundations of Lumiose are intertwined with a hidden network, a vast system of chambers and tunnels beneath the city's surface. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next we uncover the secrets of the underground network and how it connects to the very heart of Mega Evolution itself. Chapter 12. The Dawn of a New Era. Bringing together all the threads of discovery, transformation, and revelation to envision what Lumiose City represents for the future of the Pokémon world. This concluding chapter reflects on the lessons learned and the possibilities that emerge when the wisdom of the past guides the innovations of the future. The dust has settled, the blueprints are finalized, and the first rays of dawn illuminate a Lumiose City reborn. But this is not merely a reconstruction, it's a renaissance. A testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the unwavering bond between people and Pokémon, and the profound lessons etched in the very stones beneath our feet. For what we've uncovered in Lumiose, what you've witnessed throughout this journey, transcends the realm of archaeology and enters the realm of prophecy. It's a glimpse into a future where technology and nature aren't adversaries but allies, where the echoes of ancient wars are finally silenced by the harmonious symphony of progress and preservation. Think back to the foundations, the archaeological discoveries that first hinted at the true potential of Mega Evolution. Remember the pre-war civilization, the architects of a power they ultimately couldn't control. Their mistakes became our guide, their hubris, a cautionary tale woven into the very fabric of the new Lumiose. And what of AZ, the immortal wanderer, his heart burdened by the weight of 3,000 years? His presence, a subtle yet pervasive influence, has steered the reconstruction, imbuing it with the wisdom of ages and the profound understanding of loss. His journey, a testament to the enduring power of forgiveness, finds its echo in the city's renewed spirit. The ancient Kalos War, once a distant tragedy, now resonates with startling clarity. The newly discovered records, the artifacts unearthed from the depths, paint a vivid picture of its true scope, its devastating consequences, and its enduring impact on the political and social landscape. But from the ashes of destruction, a new understanding has emerged, a commitment to peace forged in the crucible of shared suffering. Mega Evolution, once shrouded in mystery, is now understood through the lens of emotional resonance. The Megastones, no longer mere objects of power, are revealed as conduits of ancient knowledge, repositories of emotion, and bridges connecting trainers and Pokémon across vast distances. The science of bonds, the very essence of this connection, has become the cornerstone of Lumiose's transformation. But the creation of a city where humans, Pokémon, and technology coexist in perfect harmony is not without its challenges. Competing visions, philosophical debates, and practical obstacles have shaped every aspect of the reconstruction project. The path to progress is rarely smooth, but the unwavering commitment to balance, to honoring the past while embracing the future, has guided every decision. Beneath the bustling streets of Lumiose lies a hidden world, a vast network of chambers, tunnels, and energy conduits. Ancient installations, predating known civilization, whisper secrets of a power that transcends our current understanding. This underground network, a silent witness to the ages, holds the key to unlocking the true potential of Mega Evolution. And then there is Zygarde, the Order Pokémon, the guardian and judge of this ambitious undertaking. Its distributed consciousness, its ancient mandate to maintain balance, permeates the city, ensuring that progress does not come at the expense of preservation. Zygarde's presence is a constant reminder that true harmony requires vigilance and a deep respect for the natural world. Around the reconstruction project, factions have emerged, each with its own vision for the future. Technological optimists, eager to push the boundaries of innovation, clash with environmental preservationists, determined to protect the delicate balance of nature. These conflicts, these ideological battles, reflect the deeper questions that plague our civilization. How far should we go in our pursuit of progress? What are we willing to sacrifice in the name of advancement? The megastones, those enigmatic artifacts unearthed during the excavation, possess properties that defy explanation. They seem to possess a consciousness, a memory of events long past. They serve as conduits to the past, offering glimpses into the lives and experiences of those who wielded their power millennia ago. Holding one is like holding a piece of history itself. The architecture of the new Lumiose City is a testament to the power of healing and growth. The integration of natural and artificial elements, the flowing lines and open spaces, create an environment that fosters both innovation and tranquility. The city itself becomes a form of collective therapy, a space where the wounds of the past can begin to heal. And as darkness descends upon Lumiose, a new kind of magic unfolds. Wild Pokémon, drawn to the city's energy, spontaneously collaborate with construction efforts, their innate abilities contributing to the ongoing transformation. The dreams of the workers, infused with the city's ancient energy, reveal glimpses of a future where the boundaries between human and Pokémon blur. A future where coexistence transcends mere tolerance and blossoms into true partnership. But what does all of this mean? What does Lumiose City represent for the future of the Pokémon world? It's more than just a city, it's a symbol of hope, resilience, and the transformative power of collaboration. It's a blueprint for a future where the wisdom of the past guides the innovations of the future. Imagine a world where every city is built upon the principles of harmony and balance, where technology serves nature, not the other way around, where humans and Pokémon coexist in a symbiotic relationship, each enriching the lives of the other. This is the promise of Lumiose City, a promise that extends far beyond the borders of Kalos. The lessons learned in Lumiose are not confined to urban planning or technological innovation. They speak to the very essence of what it means to be human. They remind us that our greatest strength lies not in our individual achievements, but in our ability to connect with one another, to empathize with those who are different from us, and to work together towards a common goal. Consider the impact of AZ's journey. His transformation from a vengeful king to a compassionate wanderer embodies the power of forgiveness and redemption. His presence in Lumiose serves as a constant reminder that even the deepest wounds can heal, that even the most devastating losses can be overcome. And what of the Kalos War? Its legacy serves as a potent reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the devastating consequences of conflict. But it also demonstrates the resilience of the human spirit, the ability to rise from the ashes of destruction and build a better future. The discovery of Mega Evolution and its connection to emotional resonance has profound implications for our understanding of the human-Pokémon bond. It reveals that this connection is not merely a matter of training or companionship, but a deep and fundamental resonance that transcends the boundaries of species. The competing visions for Lumiose's future, the debates between technological optimists and environmental preservationists, highlight the importance of dialogue and compromise. True progress requires a willingness to listen to different perspectives, to find common ground, and to make sacrifices for the greater good. The underground network beneath Lumiose, with its ancient installations and hidden energies, represents the untapped potential that lies dormant within our world. It reminds us that there is still much to discover, much to learn, and much to explore. Zygarde's presence, its unwavering commitment to balance, underscores the importance of stewardship and responsibility. We are not merely inhabitants of this planet, we are its custodians. It is our duty to protect its resources, to preserve its biodiversity, and to ensure its sustainability for future generations. The megastones, those enigmatic artifacts that bridge past and future, remind us that history is not merely a collection of dates and events, but a living tapestry woven with the threads of human experience. They offer us a glimpse into the lives of those who came before us, their triumphs and their failures, their hopes and their dreams. The architecture of the new Lumiose City, with its emphasis on healing and growth, demonstrates the power of design to shape our emotions and our behavior. A city that is both beautiful and functional can inspire creativity, foster community, and promote well-being. The nocturnal revelations that unfold in Lumiose, the spontaneous collaboration between wild Pokémon and construction efforts, reveal the untapped potential of interspecies cooperation. Imagine a world where humans and Pokémon work together to solve the challenges facing our planet, to build a more sustainable and equitable future for all. Lumiose City is not a utopia. It is not a perfect society. It is a work in progress, a living experiment in the art of coexistence. But it offers a glimpse of what is possible when we embrace the wisdom of the past, the innovations of the future, and the power of the human-Pokémon bond. The lessons learned in Lumiose can be applied to cities and communities around the world. They offer a framework for building a more sustainable, equitable, and harmonious future for all. Imagine cities that are powered by renewable energy, designed to promote biodiversity, and built to withstand the challenges of climate change. Imagine communities where humans and Pokémon live side by side, sharing resources and responsibilities, each contributing to the well-being of the other. Imagine a world where the human-Pokémon bond is celebrated and cherished, where trainers and their partners work together to solve the problems facing our planet. Lumiose City is not just a symbol of hope, it is a call to action. It challenges us to reimagine our relationship with the natural world, to embrace the power of collaboration, and to build a future where humans and Pokémon thrive together. So, as we bid farewell to Lumiose City, let us carry its lessons with us. Let us remember the wisdom of the past, the innovations of the future, and the power of the human-Pokémon bond. Let us strive to build a world where every city is a beacon of hope, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, and a celebration of the harmonious coexistence between humans and Pokémon. The dawn of a new era is upon us, and Lumiose City is leading the way. But the story doesn't end here. The secrets unearthed, the connections forged, and the potential unleashed in Lumiose have only scratched the surface of a much larger mystery. A mystery that extends beyond the borders of Kalos, beyond the realm of Mega Evolution, and into the very fabric of the Pokémon universe. But this discovery was only the beginning, because next we uncover the truth behind the legendary heroes and villains who shaped the very creation of the Pokémon world. A truth that will challenge everything you thought you knew about the origins of Pokémon and their connection to humanity.